And we're live. Hey guys, episode 9, Kobold King. Wait, no, shit, it's the wrong one. And there goes my ad revenue too. But,
Oh
um,
no!
oh yeah, so we're doing Spark in the Dark, of course. Episode 9. All my HP is up. Good, good, good. Welcome back, guys. As a reminder, of course, every map you ever see on my campaign will all be made by me, and they're up on my Patreon. These ones will go up pretty soon here. But yeah, no other announcements. Except, actually, there is one. I am going to the Renaissance Fair in Texas. You might actually see me there, if you're one of those people. But yes, next weekend I will not be running PS. I'll be at the Renaissance Fair, the big one, the really big one. I think it's the biggest in the country, of a sort.
He'll be meeting the Renaissance men.
That's so cool.
Really nice that it's close by. I mean, we have an even closer one in Austin too. It's so nice having these around. But yeah, let's get started. Who wants to do the recap?
Sounds like me.
Go for it.
All right. So, Hrolf, the dwarf that we had helped previously, had us rest up in the dwarven outpost where we'd cleared out a bunch of oozes and bandits. And in the morning, he cooked us some breakfast, and we noticed the air around there was a little colder than it should be, but we couldn't really figure out why. He suggested that the way back up to the surface, well, not really back to the surface, but well, for some of it's back. But the way to the surface, the best way to get there would be to go back across the fissure and take another route. However, he revealed that he's searching for a recipe from his uncle Ragnus for refining a strange material um, that was given to his their people by some mysterious benefactors. And he believed that the search could coincide possibly with the strange coldness we're sensing nearby. We agreed to investigate, for some of us out of concern for the coldness's proximity to Lysak. The tunnels became more frosty the further we went. It opened into a massive chamber with a rocky walkway over a foggy chasm, and there were strange icicles sprouting from the ground. Uh, After some investigation involving somebody's mouth, we were attacked by ice mephits and some sort of ice snakes, but we fended them off fairly easily, ignoring their warnings to turn back. We went through the fog and across to the other side where another large, massive chamber had a broken stone bridge over an icy lake below. Climbed down, carefully crossed to an alcove where we found a Ringardorf camp, where, as those who were here before might recall, there were 3 Hringar who had fled or surrendered from when we fought them. But there were 4 bodies. We contemplated what could have done this to the bodies as we looked around, but failed to notice a crucial detail. Yeah, there were 4 of them, but only 3 had fled. They began to rise, looking like icy statues, and we fought for our lives. We only had to take one of them down before they called to parley with us. They didn't really wish to fight. They were ordered by their master to defend this place. They showed us a reflection of past events that had led the actual Hrindar dwarves that came through here to be slain. A white dragon dwelling here. This must be their master. We still wanted to investigate, so we ventured further. There were some trolls under the broken bridge that tried to extort gold out of us. We managed to exchange some silver ore for safe passage halfway across. Apparently, they still want more later on. We'll see what happens. We're investigating some bits of elevated land on either side that have strange plants growing on them despite the cold, and it's really green. On one side, we didn't really notice anything odd, but on the other side, some carnivorous plants rose to attack us, and now we're in danger.
You are. So, that being said, I'm going to roll their stealth for their initiative. You guys roll your perception.
What could possibly go wrong?
Literally nothing.
Yeah, I don't think like nothing could go wrong. This is perfectly fine.
It has gone wrong.
as spores ventured in. Have a closer look at these plants, of course. Be interested as a druid. It seems as though their curiosity might get them killed. Professor, you roll. Oh, you rolled perception.
Oh, oops.
There's a button specifically for that. They know.
I thought I clicked the right one.
Right.
I do it all the time.
Oh, one more thing. I need to make sure that they use the strange stuff right now. There we go. And I need to do it. Yes, alright, that fixed it. There shouldn't be any dice sounds. Not. Alright, so, with that being said, some comment. This creature, this rime-encrusted plant that has a maw at its center, sort of flowers all around it, seems to rise from the rime and snow to, well, make a meal out of you. Going to immediately, let's see, start spraying these seeds from its maw. It does so, it'll catch a little bit of treacherous as well.
Boy.
I need reflex saves from you both.
Oh boy, I'm good at that.
Treasure's good enough, and well,
I'm
Spores,
not.
I'm going to use your hero points.
Yeah, I'm gonna use some of those hero points.
Well, Spores, you only start with 1, so you'd be down to 0.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
else, Cal, and actually just Cal needs to reduce theirs down. So 20 is exactly a success. So both of you will take half of this damage. As the seedlings spray out, it's mostly the cold that they're bringing with them that seems dangerous. And fortunately, since you did succeed, they're not going to cling to you much, so no persistent cold damage. Alright, as its third action, it will go for a attack with its sort of main flower. The sort of spiky maw at its center. You'll be dodging out of the way of that one as well. This one here, down at the bottom, they seem to thrive in this cold environment, so something's happening there. But this one will sort of shimmy its way down along the cliff, its roots sort of digging into the snow. It seems to be pretty good at climbing, actually. Get right here and let loose the seeds. The three of you this time, Rask, Cal, Sternberg.
Oh no.
Let loose the seeds of war.
Well, hey, look at that. Sternberg, you definitely succeed.
There's so
Now,
many plants to move.
and Rask, you all succeed just well enough. Taking half damage on this, too. A lower roll as well, total damage. As you're diving across the ice, out of the way of this, the ice still remains slippery. Remember that as well. But that'll be all of its actions as it moved, as its first, rather. Tresser, over to you.
Alrighty. Going to start with exploit vulnerability on this closer one.
Okay.
Actually, looking at the party, I should actually use it on this one up here. So if it attacks sofas, I can protect them.
Alrighty, sure.
My hero.
Academia, yes.
Don't get your hopes up.
Well,
Alrighty, I can't remember that much. Alrighty, for my second action, I'm going to stride up third. I'm going to strike.
okay. You land on this sort of soft ground with the roots and such. It's not too difficult to get through. However, I will note that it is difficult terrain. But you have plenty of movement
Okay,
to do
good.
those two speed.
Uh-oh.
6 on the dice as you try and get a hold of it. It's sort of lashing around with those tendrils and making it hard for you.
Well, that's all I can do.
Alright. As you look for some weakness to them, Rask, what are you doing for your turn?
Alright, first thing I gotta do is I gotta channel my elements, get my aura running.
Mm-hmm.
And as part of that action, I get one free one-action attack, which I will use to smash at the plant right in my face with some blunt water damage.
Okay. As you just blast it straight out, that'll definitely hit. It crunches
Watering
into
them
some of the
aggressively.
plant fibers there. They crunch, but it looks almost like nothing happened. It's tough.
Okay, does it cost anything special to get up and like around this, or is it easy walking?
The plants and such up here, because there's roots sort of crisscrossing it, is difficult terrain. So double cost for every square.
And it looks like there's only one square of it, maybe?
It's not automated, so
Right.
that would be 40 feet of movement if you had
That would
it.
be 40. Oh dear.
Yes. This would be 20 right there.
So all of it's 20.
Well, it's... So you're moving 5 feet there, that would be actually
Yeah.
be 10 feet, and then moving 5 feet there, that would be 20.
Whoa.
Doubled movement.
Oh, if I go here. Oh, let's go here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no.
Wait, this is all difficult terrain?
Yes, all the plant area is difficult terrain. You might need to reload,
Gotcha.
Rask.
I might
since
need to
there's
reload.
that classic little bug where it's stuck on your thing and doesn't allow you to
Oh
move.
no.
But you channeled your elements, you elemental blasted. What would your third action be there?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a second very simple one action blast.
Okay. I'll just do that for you. Save us a little bit of time. Quick one action, 18 on the dice I rolled for you. That'll be a hit.
Oop.
We'll take your damage.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. So, as you rush around the side, get a little bit more of a hit on them. They've taken some blows, but nothing to stop them just yet. Spores, over to you.
Swords would like to try and find out more about them by speaking to them with plant empathy.
Okay.
Hello, hello. We're just passing by. Are you protecting your territory or are you just hungry?
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Boy, diplomacy to even get that started is a bad news for me.
It might not be so... Wow, okay. Good start
Yeah.
this day.
Shit.
You feel as though as it sort of like curls itself in a strange way, sort of in a defensive way, you've entered its territory, it's angry with you, it's not going to respond to you, but you have enough druidic knowledge that you're in its territory, it's angry with you, get out.
Well, they might be a little nicer if we step outside of all this foliage. From there, Swords is going to start striding out. So this is difficult terrain. These squares are not, are they?
The snow is like the one little sliver of area that, yeah, it's not difficult.
Gotcha.
If it's mostly snow on the tile, yeah, it's fine.
I remember that there's rules for like moving fast on the ice and moving slowly on ice. So what constitutes moving slowly exactly?
So as long as you don't make more than one stride action on the ice, you're fine.
Gotcha. Okay, that's
You
how I'm
do
doing it.
2 strides, then you start, slipping and falling. And also, if you were to ever be knocked prone, trying to stand up would require an acrobatics check as well.
Oh boy. Alright, in that case, Boris comes over here and doesn't quite want to be like too aggressive if he knows that there's a good chance that we could just back off. So he's going to provide a guidance to Tresor
Okay.
in case of he needs to make another save.
Thank you. So we're retreating then,
Okay.
or are we gonna keep fighting?
Well, I gave an option. I could always round back to blasting.
Well,
decides to stay.
Maybe to help. Professor, you do notice that there is a corpse guarding, or being guarded by these creatures, sort of stuffed in the back there. Maybe a
Oh.
previous
What?
victim.
Guess I'll be doing some gardening today.
I'm good with that.
Alright,
Forrest gives a thumbs up and raises his shield.
let's hope it's worth the risk. Starnbrook, over to you.
Well, I was looking to prune these little flowers here. Get one up.
Mhm.
Already raged because of his quick tempered. And I'm going to go for a feint first.
Faint,
Sort of-
alright.
Sort of lashing out towards it, but turning it into a spin.
You attempt to feint it. It seems a little bit more perceptive, knowing when you're actually going to attack.
Unfortunate. In that case, I will just strike at it.
Okay. 6 on the dice, without any aid on the sides or anything like that. Not gonna hit.
Well, that's my turn.
And Cal, over to you.
Well, Cal doesn't really want to be next to this thing, so he's gonna kind of slip and slide on the ice a bit to get away from it.
Okay.
Then again, those trolls are over there.
Hey, look at them. The plants are getting to them. Ain't that funny?
That bug just happened to me for no reason. Give me a second.
I don't know why that's happening. More recently.
I'm not sure. I was just trying to drag my character away to move, and it's like, nah.
I think sometimes when you like unleash like the click when it's lagging, it might like screw up or something like that.
Could be, yeah.
But to have the maps correctly downsized, you should be easily loading in. So yes.
Yes, I got it quick. I kind of skid back on the ice and start gathering the energy, of the cold to unleash upon this plant creature.
Okay.
I guess just test out and see what happens. There's no cost. Frostbite.
As you unleash it, as you might have expected, it is immune, not only immune, in fact, is going to get a little bit of healing.
Oh.
As you sap even more of what little heat there is, they just relish it.
Noted.
That's my turn. It's all 3 actions.
Okay. Back over to these guys here. One up here, again, in this cold environment, seems to, well, enjoy it. It's going to go for a flower attack first with its maw. Trying to chomp in on Tresser, but failing to do so as Tresser dives out of the way. But a tendril comes around, and once again, you're out of the way. However, at this point, it's going to move itself down here to get into the midst of things and join up with its ally as its third action.
Oh boy.
This one here gets a little bit of fast healing for the cold environment. Just one, not too much. Rask, as you sort of position yourself there, going to go for an attack with the flower. 13 will definitely hit.
Oof.
You're battered with it. Take 13 points of damage, a little bit of cold as well.
Ooh, includes bludgeoning.
Does in bludgeon, yes.
Reaction. If I can find it, there it is. To reduce some of that bludgeoning.
Alright. As it does that, one of the tendrils slings towards Starnbrook as well. And will hit Starnbrook. Probably not a crit, but still a little bit of damage to you, 13. And since this is in a good spot and not going to move anywhere else, it's going to go for a third action attack against you. 2 on the dice, not going to cut it though. Alright, Trezor, over to you.
Alrighty. I'm gonna try exploit vulnerability again.
Okay. See if you can figure anything out here. I think you do. Very much do.
Mortal weakness. Any special abilities we haven't seen?
You're pretty sure that these creatures will decay in a rapid pace as they die and unleash this sort of mold, this sort of icy mold.
Oh,
And that would probably not be good to stand next to when they die.
that's
Does
good
it
to
turn you
know.
transphobic?
Shut. Repeat that?
Mold would fall out of them when they die. So yes, it's a death effect. It's sort of like, not a death effect, but a death explosion.
Those silvers. You know what? I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm gonna communicate that with the party.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay,
but standing right next to them is kind of a quiet for us, isn't it?
For now, I'm gonna strike the one before.
You also, of course, as part of the success, learn its weaknesses. It is weak to fire and slashing damage.
Slashing.
Alrighty. So for one action, I'm gonna change my weapon to slashing.
Mm-hmm.
And for my next, I'm gonna strike.
Go for it. You cut
Yeah.
into it here. You just about hit.
This is why I took the tricky pick, not for the funny crits.
And as you slash in, it'll take that weakness to slashing pretty well. Already starting to hurt now.
Also the weakness to fire.
I suppose it does, because there are different sources for those weaknesses.
Awesome. One natural, one exploit. Alrighty, that's my turn.
Mm-hmm. Rask, over to you. This one next to you, looking rough.
Well, that new knowledge is going to affect how I handle this turn. So, I gather up some water into my hands, and instead of an icy blade, I try to form them into these flowing little, sickles of water that I basically try to cut into the Adrenal with, slashing one at a time. So,
Some
here we
high pressure
go.
water.
Yeah. Set to slash, melee infusion. Gonna get off. Okay. 2 attacks against the injured. Probably. First one.
Mm-hmm. Slice, pruding them down. Almost a crit, but these things are really tough. They have a lot of rime and frost around them. Makes them hard to crit into. Either way, max damage on that one. Plus the slash.
And an agile follow-up attack with the other blade.
Mm-hmm. Both in
Rerolling
your
it.
hands? Okay. Try for another this time.
It's worth a try.
Still not cutting it.
I have one action. I'm going to use it for self-heal.
Okay. Douse yourself. Continuing to hold the line here. Good as force.
Swords is leaving. So the ice is just stride based and just has no interaction with the difficult terrain rules, right?
Not difficult terrain, no.
Gotcha.
Just as long as you don't stride twice.
Right. In that case, this is a nice distance. Oh, can go one more actually.
Mhm.
And then Spores is going to start blasting.
Easy enough.
Targets one of the plants and cast Tempest Surge. Hopefully they're not very reflexive.
You wouldn't expect a plant to be, but never know. You're targeting the top one or the bottom
No,
one?
one at the bottom.
Okay.
One at the bottom.
Tries to avoid this lightning as you dish it out. Unfortunately, it does seem like they are very reflexive. It's their best stat, in fact.
Why?
And so, half of this is not too bad. 6 damage there. That'll be you.
That's something at least. It's all for Spores.
Darnberg.
Starbuck moves up and fills the kobold-shaped void that has appeared next to him.
Mm-hmm.
So what, you contort into the shape of a kobold?
He is going to try and feint the other one now.
Sure thing.
Personally as well.
Well, you don't need to faint because you already have a flank.
Oh, true, right. You're right, that make it off quite skewy. I'm going to attack.
All right. Gonna dice to start things.
I'm rerolling that. I'm mad.
That's a better roll.
Much better.
Oh, you are mad.
Well, he's always mad, but
Stand still, you overgrown sunflower.
and a really good dice roll too. A total of 30 as you bash and batter into it. It's barely holding up at this point.
I'm going to cut you into a nice shape. How does compost sound? Another attack as well.
Sure. 16 should be enough, yeah.
Wait. Hold on. I'm right here.
As you batter and
Uh-oh.
bash into this plant, it will immediately sort of erupt in this moldy sort of eruption here. It was not killed by fire damage, so it is only 5 feet around it, which is still Tresser, Rask, and Starnberg, and the other plant. So, it begins its turn in the area. Okay.
Oh, can I still use my amulet against it since it's dead?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But this area is the mold, and you feel like even if you stand next to the area, like on adjacency to the area, you'll also be taking a little bit of damage, not as much. But it does mean that the other plant might be fed a lot more healing. If you don't kill it quickly. Cal, over to you.
All right. Gonna unleash Psyche,
Mm-hmm.
and Cal's gonna use fire this time because, obviously it's much better.
Alrighty.
Gonna cast an amped ignition.
Upgrading it with a little bit of a psychic flare.
And I'm gonna cast Sure Strike with it as well.
Sure.
Going
Strike.
all in. Wow.
Still gonna miss, just watch.
We'll see. Natural 20. Good use of Sure Strike. Well, it was the first roll, but either way. Roll a crit. Oof. Yeah, that's good damage for that. Oh wait, it's not even.
It's
Wow,
not double.
yeah.
He has a double it still.
I have to roll or hit the double damage. Now we
Oh my
see how much
goodness.
damage
Oh.
a psychic can do.
Oh my goodness!
I like that.
As you just blast this into it, it also, hooks Rask a little bit. You take 2 damage. Splash doesn't get critically multiplied, I don't think.
No, but he has resistance to fire. So
If
Oh,
I
yeah.
use if I put up a water shield,
your healing gave you resistance to fire.
my healing gave me resistance to fire. I negate it.
Mm-hmm. Ocean's Balm.
Ha ha ha! Ha. I know my class.
And I will say,
Thank you.
due to that splash, does the rhyme on the ground go away? No punch in case everybody can be destroyed. Oh, it has too much HP. Okay. So the rhyme's still on the ground, even with the splash, but this one's almost dead from that. Anything else, Cal?
That's all 3 of my actions.
Okay. Get this one out of the initiative, so I can just skip right on to the good one. The alive one, at least. Takes a little tiny bit of damage, or healing from the environment it's in. But it's very angry at someone here, so it's gonna rush out here. Onto the ice. And try to chomp into Cal. Again, they're rolling really badly, even though they have really good modifiers, too. He goes for another strike here. This time, certainly succeeds. No crit. It batters into you. You take 11 damage. Not enough to bring you down, though, as it's his turn to see if the team can kill it off. Oh, Tresser, you start in that aura of ice because of the mold mulch.
Yes.
You take
And this what?
86 damage from it.
Use
Cold.
my amulet against this.
Really good roll there. It gets to you.
I forgot how much. It's like 2 plus my level or 3.
Plus level.
Okay. So I take 10.
Yes.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Now for the rest of my turn. I still have the mortal weakness applied. If I stride through the area, will I take more damage?
No, only as long as you start your turn in it. Take damage.
Can I stride here with only 25 feet?
So you would be spending 10 feet here, like in the first square of the sort of stuff. So any square that has majority of this would be 10 feet.
Alrighty, so
Two strides. Mm-hmm. But since your second stride starts in the sort of stuff and it isn't like on the ice, it doesn't trigger the ice effect either. So you're good.
Awesome. Alrighty, now with the flank, I am going to strike.
Sure thing. Still knowing its mortal weakness. Sling out towards it. A hit. Hit it hard enough. That should be
Max
it.
damage. 11 plus 10.
Just that, plus the extra, of course, from the other thing, the mortal weakness. Oops. -0. Let's put it in 0, so it dies.
That's
There we
so
go.
fun. Oh, I love my
Oh.
choice of weapon.
It's really good on a thaumaturge because you can double dip.
Yeah. Double dip. I'm so greedy. There'll be no consequences to this.
But with
There
that,
definitely will be.
Kalikar are dead. What's that?
Or not?
Cal's
So
gonna
you
try
said
Cal's gonna try to get away from this thing before it does any damage.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Since you guys know it's out of combat, I'm not going to make you take another 6.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I imagine the size would be bigger since it died to fire too.
Sort of died to fire. That's also the weird thing about thaumaturge. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't count as fire for the sake of secondary effects.
Yes, it only triggers the weakness that is fire, but it doesn't count as a fire damaging effect for all other things. Thaumaturge isn't that powerful.
Well,
But-
the master's certainly going to appreciate us doing some guiding for him.
It was a little stressful, but nothing we couldn't handle.
Well, let's hope whatever he spotted is worth setting ablaze all these plants.
Source, Cal, Tresser,
Yeah.
I'm fairly usual. Come on over.
The usual. Oh, this is. Okay.
I'm going to apply tidal hands to each of them.
Yep.
So
Oh,
no, I'm not.
yes.
I'm not. Let me.
That's a
Let me
damaging
not.
Hmm.
Oh no, I got revealed as the traitor. I'm gonna. Okay. Spores first,
effect. Force
Yippee!
for 10.
and then Cal,
A little frigid.
I'm not healing myself.
and last Tresser.
It'll
I don't
be
know
you.
how you feel about you using water in such a cold place.
Ah, don't worry, the
Is it-
frostbite is gonna
Thank
set in only after a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll try to pull any excess moisture away from their bodies once they're healed.
Yeah, you can easily do that. But as you look around, you do notice that that body up to the north here. Seems to have had a toolkit, a healer's sort of herbalist, something like that. Thought maybe they could get some fancy flowers, but ended up dead for it.
They were loaded though.
Oh, this could pay the toll.
We're not paying it.
Wait, we're not.
Well, those look like some mighty fine tools. Don't mind if I do.
Starnberg, it looks like you could use any little bit of help you can get.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm being serious.
Well, perhaps you are, but I disagree. I don't need any help, unlike you with your little pact with Maka. I'm all good on my own. Now I
What
will take
pact?
those tools.
We don't hold any obligation to one another now.
So you say. So I do feel like we're gonna hear from her in the future.
Well, if she tries to claim otherwise, well, I'm not gonna let her.
What if she tries to make you do a race and you'll have to go on a Macca's run?
That's an obscure one.
Wow. Wow.
I don't have any
Completely
words
went
for
over
you.
my head, I'll be honest.
Australian for McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think I'm familiar with that term, Spores. Sorry.
I'm internet enough to get it.
Or is Australian confirmed?
well, he is wearing a sheep.
I'd say get doxxed, but nobody's gonna go to Australia.
I come from a land up over.
So, guys, pilfer these remains and oh, give yourselves 80 experience points for that encounter as well.
On our
Guys, you
way to
do.
level 4.
I do wonder though, are these plants native here? They don't really. Well, they seem
Yeah.
to be.
Wait, yeah. So first, are all plants on the surface like trying to kill you? Like, is that why you came down here to escape the horror that is greenery?
You've been to the fungal jungle. The plants down here also try to kill you.
What the fungi you could talk to, you could diplomatize with? They were nice.
Those aren't plants.
It's
Uh,
got you there.
yeah,
What?
well, yes, they are fungi, but they are also considered
Well,
plants
yeah,
for
they
the
were fun,
purposes of.
but I don't see how their company has anything to do with their species.
I think we have more important things to talk about than killer fungus, okay?
So,
Yes.
anyways, can Spores tell if the plants here are native or if they got moved down here,
Yeah, roll me a nature check.
relocated?
Instead, we get to go figure out what these killer trolls are gonna do.
As far as I think you do recognize that these have been transplanted here as a maybe part of an experiment of some sort.
Uh, yep, these seem to be part of that new nature thing that they've been going on about.
Hmm. Actually, these plants do give me an idea of maybe a way of getting past those trolls. Namely, we could offer them a nice and healthy salad, an iceberg lettuce, if you will.
Why don't we just give them gold?
Well, food is a
I don't,
nice alternative, especially in a
I don't,
sparse environment such as this.
I don't want to give them gold.
Is this edible? Can we eat
You're
this?
fine with giving them silver?
Wouldn't they have just eaten these plants themselves if they were hungry for these plants?
Well, they're kind of feisty plants, aren't they? I doubt they would be the kinds to fight with their lunch, especially something as healthy as plants.
You have to wonder what they do eat down here. This is pretty desolate down here.
Probably a lot of snow.
Snow is water.
Anyway, we still have that problem.
Would you care to elaborate?
Well, the problem of the trolls, that is.
By the way, on this side, there's no like windows or anything either, right?
No windows, strangely, in this building that sort of spans the gap of the cavern here, left to right.
Are we taking like 10 minutes here to recuperate?
You want to
I
brave the
certainly
cold?
appreciate
We
it.
already did with the oceanic balm.
That doesn't take 10 minutes.
Never mind.
It
Recharges over
takes
10 minutes.
4 actions. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind refocusing.
Okay. So you guys take a chance to sit down, and you
Oh.
quickly realize the cold is getting to you.
Okay, I can't sit still. I gotta keep moving, or I'm going to lose some scales or something. I don't. What would the cold do?
It would deal some damage, as per environmental effects, once every 10 minutes here.
Oh well.
Oh,
I'm
oh my
brave. I
goodness!
can handle it.
I thought that was damage. I thought.
No,
Oh.
yeah.
Uh,
Right.
I heal you and inflict 15 damage.
Each of you takes 4 damage.
I
You-
consent.
Force damage.
As you wait 10 minutes or so, the chill of the air, it hurts, getting under your scales.
I need,
But that means I'll have a fresh 2d8 for everybody else afterward.
Mm-hmm.
I need that focus point back. Alright, I guess let's go see what they want.
Yeah.
The trolls have been sort of picking apart what seems to be fish, actually. Sort of blue-scaled fish.
Oh,
I'm
that makes
interested in
sense.
this.
Oi!
Aren't you afraid they're gonna eat you?
I'm not a fish.
What y'all doing? Hanging around?
What? No. We were just. We were just.
What? You want some company?
The plants.
Well, we were kinda wondering if you were actually going to, want to come up a bridge. It's a nice bridge. It's a ramp on it.
Looks to be somewhat in disrepair.
Come have a look. Don't be shy.
I lower my aura as I approach.
Hmm.
See how it's gently slopes, yes, that's the word, into the ice. You don't even have to go up pesky stairs, you just walk at a 45-degree angle.
Certainly a pretty bridge. May I be able to look at it from all angles? Maybe climb it to the top before deciding whether I want to use it or not.
You can't touch the bridge without an eyesore. And you get some money off of that corpse.
No, not really. They were. It
Troll's
looked like
Eye
something, but it was not much.
very good at sniffing out gold and seeing its glimmer from far away. Pretty sure I saw something.
Rask
But
just
roll a
has his
deception
eyes
check,
wide,
Tresser.
and Rask's eyes are wide, and he's just like clamping his jaw shut because he knows he has no business speaking in this kind of situation.
What did you say, Aeon?
Roll a deception check.
I assume this is gonna be a difficult DC.
Might be.
I'm gonna support him as best as I can.
Okay, well. It's a difficult DC, but you keep rolling very high on your charisma. Well, the toll's still 5 gold each.
Okay, okay.
Well, if he knows it's as good as he claim it is, then you must notice that there's quite literally no smell of gold on me.
Maybe not on you, but you don't carry anything on you. It's the one with the backpack we're worried about.
Worried? Why would you be worried about me? I mean, like, I appreciate that, but I'll be fine.
Do you have the gold?
I have some, not a lot.
Right. Well, then you can't pass. Or some of you can, and others can't.
You know, I bet those plant things up there make a nice tasty snack. We'll give
We're
those
not-
to you if we can cross.
What? We don't eat plants. Who eats plants?
A lot of people eat plants.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but these plants tried to kill us. That means they must be good, right?
That makes them even worse. They'll kill you from the inside.
All right, you're up, Chesser.
Okay, out of character. Last
Mhm.
session, did we explore this other side?
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Okay.
There was nothing up there.
Okay. Well, let me see what I can scrounge up. How many visitors do you guys get? Like, any interesting characters come around? Just making conversation while I'm trying to count the gold.
Roll a diplomacy check. We don't care about conversation anymore. Frankly, you've talked too much.
Wow, rude.
Give us the gold already. Or we'll take it from your bodies. Make use of you for chum.
That sounds more like a threat than a transaction. What if we don't want to cross your bridge?
Well, then you can leave. But our patience is growing thin.
Yeah, thinner than your skin? Maybe.
We should just
What you
pay
say?
it.
Oh, what was that, Rask?
We should just pay it.
Like,
Hmm.
Cal, what do you think? I mean, I feel pretty good.
I mean, if the problem is merely that we have to pay for touching the bridge, wouldn't it be just enough for us to not touch the bridge? Just put a pair of leaves under our
Starn,
feet.
Starn, if you carry all of us, we only have to pay 5 gold.
It's not how it works.
It would be difficult, but I think I can manage.
So, okay, so the payment's for each person who touches the bridge. I'm trying to understand this because I don't want to give you too little. I want to
You
give you a
talk
fair
too
share.
much.
Oh,
Gold. Now.
okay. I walk over and I hand him 5 gold. All the gold for the only person who's going to touch the bridge.
That's not how it works.
You said you had to pay for touching the bridge.
Don't make a fool of us.
Oh, I don't even have
We'll
5
take
gold
your
on me.
gold then instead. Enough games.
Pushed him too far.
Yeah,
Cal, I think we're gonna have to kill these guys.
they are frost trolls. They're not nice creatures to start with.
Well, just think we can get our money back now.
Uh-oh.
I'm certainly wondering what troll blood tastes like. Just
Rask,
how
help.
much I can harvest.
As
Raskin,
these
you-
trolls stomp out onto the ice, you become quickly aware that again that ice sort of has a way of cracking here and there. For all this weight, for all this intensity, I need to be a little bit more careful. We'll see. As the mama troll begins, sort of screaming out from behind her husband there, and rushes forward. Play some boss music.
I'm in
Boss
danger.
music. Uh-oh.
He rushes to the front, and
Uh-huh.
as it sort of hefts its hatchet up into the air, why don't we make them chum now? Attract some fishes to this side of the lake. And they make this almost telegraphed sort of attack towards Spores. It's easy for you to duck away from, but it slams into the ice right next to your feet.
Well.
As long as it doesn't roll a natural 1, it can hit ice. It can certainly hit the ice. It's actually going to critically hit the ice at precisely the right spot there. Spores. You hear a shattering underneath you as the ice breaks. I need a reflex save if you are using a reaction to grab an edge. The edge of the ice is
Will
also
do.
difficult to grab, DC 15.
Oh boy. Great.
4 on a dice, even though you're
yeah, no.
reflexive. I'm going to say everyone in the group should deserve a hero point just for roleplay purposes. So if you want to use
I'm
it now, you
pointing
can.
at it. Yeah, will do.
Oh shucks, thanks.
I try.
Was it meant to be?
Mm.
All right, goodbye, guys.
So,
Nice
as
knowing
you
ya.
sort of fall into the water there. Actually, I have something for this. Let me get something out real quick. Yes, here it is. I made special tiles for this. So, you fall into the water there. It's frigid. If you stay in the water at the start of your turn, you'll probably start getting really cold unless you get out of it. In fact, how we're going to run this is... Oops, there we go. You take 1d6 persistent cold damage as the icy waters cling to you.
Gotcha.
But for now, you're just sort of swimming in the water there. Because you're swimming, you are off guard. But I should get to one more thing. As that piece of ice breaks, the 4 adjacent pieces of ice also have a 25% chance to break.
Oh.
Oh boy.
So that's a 4d4 on a 1 out of the 4d4. They break. So going clockwise, oops, the top one breaks. So I will copy out another tile. Oops, wrong. And from there, this one has 3 little spots it can break into as well. So it's going to roll 3.
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm about to take a dive.
One of them does crack. So going clockwise at the top, it would be the 3, then the 1. So it'd be this one right here. And this one also has 3 spots it can crack into.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's recursive.
Please sink the troll.
None of them break. 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
So, as these 3 spots of ice sort of open up, it suddenly stops and is safe enough to continue. But for now, as this all occurs, the frost troll is still going after you. It's going to go for a claw strike against your off-guard form in the water there, trying to slash down at you, failing to do so, and then sort of shifting back here at the end of its turn. Actually, it moved at the start, so that's its turn. It's Force. You are swimming at the moment.
All right. What do I have to roll to get back up onto the safe space?
All you have to do is do a, let's see, clamber up. It's just going to be standing up from prone essentially. So a single action to get into an adjacent space.
Gotcha. There's some writing on the wall I feel right now, but it's worth the risk, I think. It's gonna stand up onto
Okay.
this space. Alright. Was worried about nothing, thankfully. And from here, he's going to take his vengeance as he lets loose a bit of zap zap, the Tempest Surge.
Mm-hmm.
Surely these aren't reflexive.
They shouldn't. They are not all that reflexive. They don't attack back at you. Or they might not have the reach. Who knows? Actually, no, they do have reach. They have 10 foot. They will be attacking it.
Yeah.
As you lash them with this electricity, they're not going to be able to stop it, and that sort of courses up their arm for a lot of damage, in fact. But you also take a little bit of damage here from their hatchet. They lash out quickly. 16. They're also clumsy
A little bit.
too, though. This one is looking really easy to hit at this point.
Yep, indeed.
Alright.
That's all he has time for.
And as you're shivering with the ice clinging to you, you take some a little bit more damage there. 5, to be precise. So make sure to hit the 5 onto you, not automatic. Remember, people can help. People can, you can do a single action, or somebody else can do a single action to reduce the DC to 10, trying to dry yourself off. The kid gonna rush up here into a flank against Tresser. Go for just a strike against Tresser. 13. With the flank, definitely going to hit. They lash into you, Tresser. You take 15 points of damage.
That's not good.
And they'll go for a claw strike. Agile. Okay. That's your 20.
That's not. My goodness.
Unfortunately, Tresser, You'll end up on the ground. Because they get a lucky strike at your back. Dying too. But somebody's there to help you pretty quickly, I hope.
Yep. Well, first things first, I have to start the aura
Mhm.
because I turned it off. Alright, so that'll get us a single target attack against the troll.
Mhm.
A blast of water.
Blast goes out, definitely hits. Bludgeons into them for a little bit, 2 damage.
Then I'm going to step in and heal Tresser.
Okay.
Applying some water directly to the wounds.
Gets Chester back in the fight. A little woozy. But not too bad.
And that's a full turn.
Cal, over to you.
I'm gonna cast thermal stasis on Spores to try to help with that ice a little bit.
Alrighty.
You can just drag that effect to yourself.
Oh, excellent. There's only a 50% chance that ice can even do damage to me now.
Pretty much.
And I believe that Tresser needs to be moved 1 turn forward in initiative.
No, I just moved him. Oh, actually,
Already got
yes.
moved.
Should be in front of the troll that put you down. Yes, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast Fear on the troll that's about to go next.
Okay. Their will's maybe not that good, but when they roll that high, they are great and 1. Still. May help.
That's all 3 actions.
Alright. This one is going to rush up the side here. Over to Sternberg. Go for a strike. Okay. That's your 20. Starting things off really nicely. As not actually that great of a damage roll there, so only 20 damage to you. They take you a little bit off guard there. Second attack, claw, or third action there will miss because they are frightened. So, does apply. That'll be their turn. Sternberg, take that next nasty blow. What do you do?
I have an idea,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a terrible idea.
Okay.
Oh boy. First up, I need to move
Alright.
around here.
They will take their attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Hatchet swings out for you. Get around the side. They're going to do a little bit of damage to you. This time, almost as much as that crit. 17.
That's annoying. I assume all of the spaces below them need to be broken for them to fall into the water.
Only half.
Oh well. I'm gonna battle medicine myself first.
Okay, the other one will take their attack of opportunity. Actually, no, they haven't reset it, so
No,
you're
they've
good.
already done it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was counting on actually. Ah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a hit. Or a success, rather. 4 healing.
No. Oh, my final action will be to try and shove.
Okay. We'll only put them into one of them, so they wouldn't fall in.
A reposition sort of works. Is it?
I think reposition should work, right?
Let me see. Position. Let's put it out to chat here. If that button ever worked, the send a chat button just doesn't. Okay, anyway. Move the target up to 5 feet. It must
There you
remain
go.
within your reach during this movement. So it only can reposition like this. It can't reposition out of your reach.
Dang it. I would be able. I technically do have like 5 more foot of movement.
You can hit the ground and gamble.
would be an option, yes. I'll do just that, yeah.
Okay. Both of them
How
are
about
sitting here.
you take a bath? You smell like yellow snow.
What? That'll be a crit against the ice. Or crit damage. As you slam the Griffin Cane into the ice, it will immediately open up a hole underneath them. Not enough to take them down, but there's always the cascading effect here. So, 4d4, since there are 4 slots, that can continue the breakage of the ice. And it looks like 2 of them are actually doing this. So, clockwise, of course, starting at the top. Starnberg, you fall in. Roll a reflex
I
save.
knew it.
I was thinking of this square, but that one works as well.
And then the one below them, which causes them to fall in, because there's 2 of them that are underneath them. They teeter into the ice. They're just going to try to do a reflex save as well.
Yeah,
They
I will
grab
do
the
it as well.
edge. They cannot. They fall straight in. You fall straight
I
in
will hit
too.
point that.
Okay. See, I'm going to say it's not grab an edge. You can just get onto a different spot with a DC 15. Unfortunately, just don't get it. They fall in too, though. So they are... I'm going to put the aquatic combat buff on.
Quiet combat. I love it.
Just so they are like off guard and everything is applying correctly. Also, those 2 spots can chain. So I'll do 3d4 for the one next to Starnberg.
That's the Polar Express all over again.
At the top, the one underneath this one actually is falling in. And I also can't forget the one next to this troll down here. 3d4. There's a 1. So clockwise, it would be, well, the slot up there is already done, so it would be next to Starnberg. Opening up there is 2. Alright, let's go with the chain at the north.
Manifesting the alternate universe where this strike is what
stops.
causes the entire lake to disappear into water.
Chain continue down here. Yes, it does. That'll be underneath it. Alright, let's see how it goes. As the
The snakes are down to the other troll.
as these sort of little fissures of ice continue to chain out from the breakages, they finally sort of stabilize and stop there. That'll be that. Okay. So, going to the one that's in the water, floundering in it, they're going to try to find a way onto anything that would be stable. So, it would actually be up to their left. So, they're going to come to a stand up here. No longer in the water. And they're going to attack Rask. Just lashing out with a claw.
Don't like that.
And that's going to be a crit too.
Man, I can't wait till I get a turn so I can apply the amulet.
24 damage, Rask.
Slashing.
Also, they seem to be regenerating.
All right, this thing.
Yeah.
Trolls.
Cow.
Nope, I can't use it. I can't use it. Looks like I already salted wounds once today.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember who I did it on.
You tried it against the
You
Ringbar.
tried it against those guys, but they didn't have blood, so I don't think you use it.
Yeah, you can use it. Mm-hmm.
It was the statue things.
Yeah, but the statues don't have blood. So
right.
you'd
And I'm
never
like,
use
oh, that's right. We had to talk about like I would have visually seen this.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. Slot wound against him.
Well, they do succeed, unfortunately. They sort of flex their muscles, avoid the salting of the wound.
That sucks.
Alright, so that is going to be 1 action, 2 action. They're going to lash out towards Cal with a reach. Map 4. Which will hit. Cal, you take a total of 14 damage there. You're all looking pretty rough to start things off. That'll be their turns now. It's Forrest. Over to you.
Is this square within Mommy Ogre's reach?
Yes, because of how reach works.
Gotcha.
Goes to
So it's
the
not
big
like that
squares.
movement. Blah, blah, blah. Nah.
Actually, no. When they're a large creature, they don't get that square.
Oh, gotcha, thank goodness. Right, well, I'm stepping there.
Mhm.
And then I. Spores magnetizes the air around his hands with some sparks and creates a this sort of staticky apparition of an albatross. And he curses the troll
Which
with
one you
the
said?
the one in the center with the curse of albatross,
Okay.
an albatross flying around its head.
It does succeed.
It doesn't roll.
Oh, wait. Let me see. The target creature can spend an action to strike the Okay, you and your allies gain bonus. The target creature can spend an action to strike the automatically kills it, and then they make the save. Okay, alright. This stupid thing! Get out! That'll be its turn.
It's all for spores.
And
Oh, okay, okay.
you do not take any damage from the cold. Still roll your
Have
recovery,
they
though.
already? They've already used their opportunity attacks, right? Or they refreshed?
They have not used their opportunity attacks.
Right. Does getting up provoke that?
Yes, it does.
It's only a -2 attack rolls. So, I can start by targeting the one here in this center,
Mm-hmm.
and exploiting vulnerability.
Alrighty.
I'm going to hero point them.
Go for it.
I have regrets.
Still not
Well-
enough to get their mortal weakness.
Crawl and stand. Does crawling provoke opportunity?
Yes.
God. And I can't step on. Yeah.
You can always hit the ground. This one is sort of teetering on a little piece of ice right in front of you, and if it's in
That's
the
a good
water, it
idea.
can't take attack of opportunity against you.
I'm gonna hit the ground in front of it.
Okay.
My ice pick.
Should have exploited vulnerability on the ice.
Seven. Doesn't pierce the ice.
Alrighty, I'm gonna use my last action to make one more attempt.
Mm-hmm. This certainly will, yes. So roll a damage. It has 10 hit points.
Oh, please. Yes!
Good roll. Alright. You slam into the ice, and once again, you start a cascade of ice shattering. So this one here. Of course, I'll roll d4. Oops, that should be 4d4. So 3, and then... Actually, it only has the other two options, so 2d4. There's a 1 there. So it will be the one you are not on. It is the one that it's on.
Something like that.
But that puts it right next to Rask, but it only has 2 options to go, so 2d4 and double 1s. So both of them next to Rask there are, well, reeking as the ice continues to shatter. Rask, you fall into the water, or, well, reflex save.
Okay.
DC 15, you can put yourself in a different spot. Yeah,
Cool.
you choose a spot that's
Yeah.
adjacent that is free.
That one.
Alright, well, you put yourself in harm's way for that one, but it is fine, it doesn't do anything there. But this one also can break next to both of you. See if it rolls. Oops, not 13 d4s. Ignore that.
Rocks
Really?
fall, everyone dies.
2, 2, 3. None of these break. The chain ends. So you guys are safe enough, and that troll is sunk straight into the water, floundering in it, having probably a hard time getting out of it now that
Hopefully it
are out of
drowns.
space. In fact, because it has to go so far to get out, I would say that's going to be 2 actions for it to get out. All
Can they
right.
drown?
Unless they can't swim.
Hal, what if you freeze them in the ice? Get them stuck.
I don't know if cantrips could really do that.
Maybe not.
Can Rask do that?
Daddy, Mom's thrown in the water. He rushes up and sort of tugs on the dad
Oh.
troll and looks at Starnberg there in the water. They go for a strike with the axe.
He'll play back a mold with me.
He does hit. Hey, get this one. 11 damage there. Goes for an agile strike with a claw. 10 of the dice. Does not hit.
Oh,
Rask, over to you now. This one in the water cannot make it an attack opportunity. Yes, cannot do that.
That's cool.
Reactive strike. Yes.
Well then, I'm gonna heal myself before I do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Potions bomb.
Seven healing.
Getting weak heals this combat, unfortunately. Okay, now to think about cones. I'm not sure I can. Let me. I'm gonna check a cone real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't think I have any way to use my cone attack really well today this time.
I have an insane idea. Would I be able to hide from the cone if I were to hide underwater?
Yeah, if you swam down.
Well, if you delay, that's definitely an option.
I don't think that's a good option in this case. I'm gonna keep trying to I'm actually going to straight away.
Okay. Rush out into the ice. A distance away from them. Don't strike twice.
And then I should be able to get a one action. I can't do that. I can't justify it.
Okay.
Wrong move, wrong move. Ocean's Balm on my brother.
Mm-hmm. 7 HP. Cal back in the fight. Just a little bit.
There's my turn.
Okay. Cal, over to you now.
Okay, so I'm gonna do something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'm gonna unleash Psyche, obviously,
Yep.
and I am going to do an amplified produce flame on the one north of Starnberg.
Okay.
So since Starnberg is in the water, he should be fully resistant to this fire damage.
Correct, yes. Because of aquatic combat. Because that one is so close to the other ones, if this splash hits...
It should hit all 3 of them
Mm-hmm.
if I hit.
7 on the
I'm gonna
dice.
use a hero point.
Okay. Need a 10. 8 on the dice is not going to cut it. Does splash still apply?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless I critically miss.
Alright, so each of them still takes 2 damage from this.
Including the original guy.
Mm-hmm. As this splashes into all of them, and because this one is weak in the water, even though it has resistance because of the water, just the fact that flame even touches their skin causes them to burn and erupt into a bit of flame. That will stop the regeneration for a round. Now's your
Alright.
chance.
Third action, I'm going to use gather or recall the teachings to prepare to aid somebody in range.
Okay,
That's all 3 of my actions.
so we'll go to this one here. Son, just leave that one in the water. Don't worry about them. They rush over here to Spores and go for a strike.
No.
Actually,
do
they're going to
not.
try to intimidate first. of yelling down its spores. 22 against your will DC. 21.
21, yeah.
You're
A little
frightened
scary.
one. Goes for a strike then. The hatchet. This time, not that great of a strike, but still hits you. And because of their dice, they are always going to down you when you're at 9 HP. You fall to the ground. That'll be their turn.
Blech.
Starnberg, over to you.
Oh boy, how do I do this? The child still has this opportunity attack, correct?
Yes.
The diving downwards hopefully does not proc that.
It would not, no. I'll say.
Thank goodness. I will dive into the water to hopefully get out of reach.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to move underwater?
Yes, if you roll an athletics check. It's a pretty stable current, so you're not too bad in it. Oh, I do need to give you your 1d6 of persistent cold.
Yep.
Alright.
Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, you can swim just fine.
Excellent. I would move underwater over here.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
And with them there, I will use my final action question mark to climb out.
Okay. No, that would be 2 actions. You would have 1 action remaining after you climb out.
Okay. In that case, I will climb out. And I will use my final action to move away and hide behind Rask.
Are you running?
I do think that perhaps we've got off on the wrong foot. Perhaps the toll should be paid.
Are you sure you're able to run?
Uh,
They have taken their regeneration damage. You could kill them. Probably the
good.
best option here. Or running is absolutely awful in PF2E. Because you're just wasting turns, essentially.
I'm not gonna move. I am going to spend my final action doing a bit of battle medicine on Rask.
Okay.
It's not treat poison. Yeah, treat wounds.
Does succeed.
Will automatically rolling the check. Let's read it. Should be 2d8.
Yeah, just roll 2d8. Nine healing.
Oh, there they are. Strange.
Take the 9.
Thank you.
So, as you end your turn, getting out there, rejoining your allies. This one here, of course, does not take that regeneration this turn. You do take the 2 damage and roll a recovery check there. Starnberg, this one takes 2 actions to get up here because 1 action to, there's 2 spaces that it has to go, so that's how I'm justifying it, is then going to strike at Starnberg with a claw.
Hold on.
I'm gonna wait.
Does nothing there? Alright. Oh, well, even without aquatic combat, which it shouldn't have anymore, it still would not hit. As far as I need to move your initiative,
I should
actually.
be, yeah.
Do this one. Do before it. There we go.
Right before, yeah. There we go.
Tresser, over to you now. A little bit free here.
Alrighty, I'm gonna start by standing up.
Okay.
Oh goodness. I do have an elixir of life on me, but that's not gonna heal all that much, and I could be doing better stuff with my actions.
You guys really have to start killing one and focusing on one. You're not gonna survive if you just keep healing.
Yep. So I use 1 action to stand up. Could I go to this space?
Yes.
5, 20. I already have personal antithesis. It's probably going to be a piece of gold to taunt them.
Mm-hmm. That will be a hit. Roll the damage. For 10 there. With the personal antithesis helping is a little bit more. Alright.
Keep them separated. Can't fight them all at once.
Alright. Go from your turn. It is going to continue to follow its dad around. Get around the other side here. It's about to there, where they'll do a reach strike at Stressor. Don't hit my mom! Tries to. Fails.
She deserves it.
Alright, Rask, over to you.
Oh, can't go for source. So I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to do a big cone that's going to hit both adults.
Okay.
You get all three of them.
Good. It only increases for its dying value.
It sure would. There we go. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is water bludgeoning damage. So, guess I need to make the reflexes.
Yep. One rolls a natural 20, the other rolls a 19. Okay.
Okay, so that reduces this to 0, I believe.
Yes. It... Why is it always the hardest fights where they roll extremely well against you guys?
Because they
Does
go
the cone
longer.
help it to do
and they
damage
have-
to the ice?
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. That'll be your
Actually,
turn,
no,
Rask.
That's my turn.
No, like, would it do damage to ice?
With the cone of
Bludgeoning.
water?
If I was like targeting more downward, maybe I could, but
If he was targeting
already
it
done.
specifically, he would. It takes somebody targeting it specifically.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think we want to sink his force in the water.
Cal, over to you.
I've got some bad news for you guys. I do cold damage this turn.
So you have to oscillate?
I have to.
Oh, okay.
As long as I'm using the psych cantrips, I have to switch.
Yes. Okay.
So I have to do this. I have no other option but to waste the spell, basically.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't do anything to them.
Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to get back to fire. Last action. I'm gonna do my aid thing again. It's my turn.
Okay. It's force. I need a recovery check.
Save. Here. Hey,
Success.
Stable.
Stable enough. Now back
Thank
over
goodness.
to the father figure. They're going to rush over here. Go for strike against Stressor.
Rude.
That will hit.
Please don't.
12 damage. Stressor, that puts you down. And they're going to go for an agile strike against Starnberg. Which will hit as well. Starnberg, you take max damage, which puts you down as
Which
well.
also puts me down.
you got this, guys.
nope.
Stressor, I need to put you here. Don't particularly worry. So, as the other two bear down on you guys, you find yourselves unable to really defend yourselves that much. But things don't end so easily. Rask, you take 13. This one will take another sort of chunk out of you. It doesn't actually. I'm gonna play this
Have a
through for a
little-
moment, but don't
Little
worry
water shield
too
to
much.
blunt some of that.
Blunting it a little bit. This one isn't actually able to bring you down. This one here will rush across over to Cal. Goes for Cal. Cal will probably be put down by this. Yeah, but they're rolling that well on the damage. Yes.
I don't blunt it.
That is Cal. That is not you, Rask.
Yes. I undid my previous damage and redid it
Oh,
without
okay.
blunting.
Okay.
I don't have water right now.
Gotcha. Either way, yeah, if they're rolling this fucking well, they do end up sending you guys basically to the ground. Rask, you have like 2 health, but everyone else is down. But, as you're all going down, and Rask, you're sort of blinking there for a moment, there is a sort of glimmer of white scales. Something steps out from the building here. Change the music real quick. And you hear, before you go unconscious, Now, you lot remember you work for me. I don't want these ones dead. Bring them inside, please. I want to ask them a few questions. That's where we'll go to break.
Oh my god, I can't believe
Ow,
Tristan came back for
my
us.
bones.
Yeah, those guys rolled way too well. Yeah, everyone watching, we'll go to break for a moment, but this is not the end of the story, not at
That
all.
was amazing.
There's a very good reason for these guys not to kill you guys, because somebody
Thank
wants
you.
you alive.
I like this game. I'm really glad you're not killing us.
But
They'll do what bones? You have no bones left.
let's go to break. All right, we're back. Back, everyone. So, getting back into things here. The party has fallen to these frost trolls. They turned out to be a lot stronger than anybody could have imagined. So,
I imagined it.
oh yeah.
That's why.
But Rask,
We should pay them. We should pay them.
was going down, he had heard that voice. And before long, we're all sort of in a deep slumber before awakening. Different space. And with a different creature standing before you. Wakey, wakey now. I wouldn't want my guests to die on my front doorstep.
What?
This isn't exactly how I imagined us meeting. I had wanted you all to test yourselves against, well, the knowledge that you very well seek, is it not?
Something like that.
Something tells me I think we failed the test a little bit.
Oh, but you didn't even get to the best part of the test. In fact,
Oh.
that stuff outside wasn't really the test. You see, that's only part of the equation.
Hold on, before we get into all this, can we at least hear your name?
Oh,
And
yes.
who you are.
Yes, I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't often have guests that can speak as well as you do. I am Halisax. I possess the knowledge that you seek. It's about the Entropy, isn't it?
I think so.
That's the metal, right?
The metal, yes. Yes, indeed. Are you from around here? Or at least from down here? All of you?
Some of us.
Some of us are.
My
Two of us
brother and
aren't.
my brother and I from Lyzak.
I don't know
And-
what that is.
And Tresser
number.
is also.
I'm from Durzak, a nearby village. We live, well, yeah, we still do live deeper in the caves. We've been traveling upwards, trying to find the surface.
Well, I was so very curious. Not only do you seem to all be abled in certain ways with certain powers, but also your forms, your very being is strange to me. The one in the back, the tall one, is not very strange to me. In fact, he is, well known to my kind.
But he's the weirdest one.
Exactly.
Resent that.
He's not the weird one here, actually. You all are.
What?
I mean, I've kind of known that, but it's a touch rude to say.
Alisac sort of stops closer for a moment, leers into you, sort of squinting his eyes. All of you have distinct characteristics akin to my own kind. Do you know what I am?
I ponder for a moment.
A giant kobold?
They call you a dragon.
A dragon, yes.
Of legends, yes. Well,
We
Legend,
have those
myth.
legends.
Creatures of our kind, though, are more of a reality than you all are. We're more common than, well, a kobold. At least on the surface. What surprises me, your kind came from below. No other kind has, as far as we know.
Where the dragons come from, then?
From the stars themselves.
Yeah, that lines up.
We're old. We're very old. In fact, we've been here as long as their kind has. He points again to Starnberg. We're both actually interlopers on your planet here. Our kind, the dragons, and those vampires. They don't belong here. Neither do we, if I'm being honest. But you all are bred and born here, which is quite curious. Taking to our form, to a form that is ancient to this universe. Very strange indeed. I would take you apart and study you, but I think you would be far more useful to me otherwise.
Thank you.
not very interested in being taken apart, honestly.
No, I imagine you wouldn't be. Why you fought so hard for your lives. But, well, things aren't going to be that easy. I will indulge you. Any questions you have, but I will not give you a tablet. Not until
Darn.
you prove yourselves to me.
How
I
can we
built
do
this
that?
place. I built this place to test people. To see if they have what it takes. To see if they are worthy of the knowledge that I would bequeath upon them. You see, my brethren, they would have liked to disseminate this knowledge to any and all. Make it an even playing field, as they said. I find that preposterous. I know what, well, not specifically your kind, but other kinds, including the vampire kind, would do if they had their hands on such dangerous material and the know-how to use it. Just look at what I have done to this cavern. Look what I have done to this little manor that I found for myself. And you look, now that you're sort of getting your sort of bearings about you, to this sort of like manor space, this large sort of building. It reminds you of some of the places back home, Starnberg, the more modern places with sort of lighter stone and chaise lounges and such. But it's not similar in a way that you think it's from home. On one end, on the left, it is frozen over. Icicles sort of cling to the ceiling and walls, and even the couches themselves are sort of frosted over. But on the stark right, the stark opposite, it is smoldering. The couches have all but burned to a sort of blackened leather, and, well, despite there not being any fuel, there still is sort of these cracks of burning material sort of inlaid onto the stone itself, as if it is just being constantly heated. This is my experiment. Even outside, it was also a part of it, but I'm an ice dragon, I'm a white dragon, I'm more akin to the cold than I am to the heat, but I still had to see what was possible with the Entropite. And you look now, and you see perpetual, cold, perpetual flame. All it took was perfecting that process, and powdering it up, and just spreading it around.
That's amazing. What else might be done with that?
Well, you would infuse it with a weapon or an armor or something like that, and it would give you its properties of perpetual heat or perpetual cold. I haven't really looked into that. I was more interested in the wide-spanning, calamitous effects that one could use them for. Look at what I've done to this cavern. That was only a couple of chunks of, well, Entropite, powdered up and finely dusted around my cavern here. And it is perpetually aflame or perpetually frozen in ice. To be never changed again unless you took great efforts to remove the powdered Entropite.
I don't think I really like half of this equation.
This is amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that you think so. See, I think your kind, like my kind, understands one thing the most: potential. We represent potential. We are potential. But we are always looking for new things, new ideas, and, well, ways to shake things up. That's sort of why my brood wanted to disseminate this knowledge, but I think it can get out there, but it needs to be a little bit more controlled. Don't you think? Now that I have shown you what it can do?
Makes sense to me.
Well, we've already met a few people we wouldn't want to have this power.
Precisely.
If you ask me, I would say that whoever owns it should use it however they please. Just as you have done, haven't you?
Well, it's a good thing that only I own the knowledge and I can, well, control who owns it.
What do you think you could do with water?
Well, you've seen the lake outside, haven't you?
Oh,
Could freeze it over or, well, boil it away if you powdered up the opposite magnetic, polar opposite, I should say. It's a precise process. You have to magnetize it in a particular way and then stabilize it in that particular sort of direction. Otherwise, it's unstable because of the planet's magnetic field, sort of, messing with it. So it flips back and forth from hot and cold randomly. Makes it not very well usable, doesn't it?
I kind of glance over at Cal, quite curiously about that. Huh.
What I don't really get is what you mean. So you and the vampires, they came from not this world? Was it an elemental plane or
Oh,
one of the
no, you misunderstand. See, this planet of yours and others like it are actually the invaders to our universe. This place was conquered long ago by the vampires. This world, this void, had taken over. And it was a dead universe for a very long time. But all of a sudden, you've been coming along. You've been emerging out of the core of a world. You wonder why your souls travel into the earth. That's because they're going back to their source. They can't go out into the void here. That is death. That is nothingness.
the void? Where's that?
Upstairs, beyond the sky.
Beyond the curtain?
It's out there, physically. It's not another plane of existence, as you would say it. But suffice to say, your interloping is very curious. It has not changed here for a very long time. As I hear it, we dragons are one of the few creatures still left that aren't just mindless undead or otherwise.
We're not really interlopers. We were born here.
I think it's fine. I certainly
Well-
like doing this interloping.
Your birth is the interloping itself. It is the strange thing. Seems that can't stop life for long. Life and death, they are always at odds with each other. One cannot exist without the other. I feel that is what the void is being taught now. But enough about the philosophy of this universe. It's all fascinating stuff, and there are many more details I could tell you, but I'm more interested in local matters. The Entropy.
Of course. What can we do?
Well, first, explore my manor. Have a look at what it can do. Survive it. As I had originally planned, but you got yourself almost killed by my trolls. That was unfortunate. But no second chances anymore. If you cannot deal with what is in store for you here, then, well, I don't think you're very worthy of the knowledge. You can leave now if you don't think yourselves up to the task. But if you survive, and if you get to me at the back of the manor, then we can talk more seriously about what you're going to do with it.
Since you're presumably looking to test these little kobolds and disseminate their potential, I suppose I might have to let them take the stage.
I'd like to stay.
Oh, I don't mind
Too
you
curious.
being here. It's actually quite curious that you're working with them.
They're a useful gaggle.
Useful for a time until he
We're
stabs
friends.
you all in the back, I suppose.
I mean, he hasn't bitten any of us yet, so.
Wait, who is stabbing each other in the back?
No, don't get me wrong. I don't mind my fellow kin of this void of ours. Actually, probably more comfortable to know your enemy than, well, to face the unknown.
Big guy's not our enemy. He would never hurt us.
Of course he won't. Either way,
Permanently, at least.
your kind may prove us wrong, because you're very different still. You're not exactly just another humanoid species. You take to a species that had already been here. Sort of a merging of this universe and wherever the hell your kind comes from.
Strange.
Either way,
The thought of it like that.
I have only given you this second chance because I see that potential in you. We need to discuss what we're going to do with this knowledge. Because I could just sit here and covet it myself, but that's boring, really. But also, I don't want you running back to those dwarves with it. If you, of course, are able to get through all this. See, if you went back to those dwarves, then, well, they would just finish their job and hand it back to my brood, and they would send it out to everybody in the world. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Of course not.
We'll discuss more. Tiger.
After all, it would be safest with us, right? No one among us would abuse it.
No, of course not. Well, it's not about what you would do. I don't care if you would abuse it. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's about who we give it to.
I just don't want everyone to have it. There's a reason there are the haves and the haves not. That's all. I think only the worthy, well, yes, only the worthy.
I'll certainly try to count myself among the haves. It's a powerful tool, for sure.
We shall see if you do, or will, in fact. Don't get yourselves killed, but try to make your way towards me. And sorry about this door. I'll freeze it over after I'm gone through it.
We're probably gonna need to take some time. We're really...
Oh, feel free. This is probably the only temperature-controlled room in the entire place because of the confluence of heat and cold here. So it'll be comfortable enough.
Technically, all the rooms are temperature controlled. This is just on.
Oh, well, yes. Controlled to the degree which was comfortable for you. Yes, of course. Sort of opens this large door, steps through it, and you hear this sort of shh of ice on the other side. It seems like he is barring the way, at least through that door.
This is exciting.
I
This place
agree.
is so pretty. I really want to look around half of it.
I had no idea that this is going to be somehow, like, related to elemental forces.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect most of this.
And I'm certainly excited to get my hands on this Entropy.
Is nobody concerned that he's doing these experiments so close to our home?
I mean, we're a fair distance.
Well, to be fair, there have been experiments even closer to your home if you remember the catacombs below Durzak.
Ugh.
Well, if you're worried about him bringing it closer to the towns, you could have asked him if he's going to do that.
Yeah, we'll get a chance.
I don't think I really care about that lousy schmousy metal, but I really want to see this pretty house.
I'm admittedly curious about it too. It reminds me of home, which means it's probably vampiric in nature. Perhaps
It
something
kind of reminds me of home
we
too.
discovered.
You guys look left and right, and you see those doors aflame. Not really aflame, but smoldering. And doors to the left, which are frosted over a little bit.
Are these couches like
Very icy.
frozen or
Hmm.
icy? Gotcha. So you have to be right in the middle
Yep.
to have like a nice temperature.
Could we like drag one of the couches over to thaw it out a bit and have it be usable?
If you want to.
Like that one, that's just on fire. I don't think that's salvageable.
I could just pull it out and then try to douse it.
I believe we have kind of forgotten that we had a near-death experience. Shouldn't we lick our wounds first before we go about
Yeah.
changing the furniture?
Sorry, the trolls hit me on the head.
Well, I was thinking of having a nice nap on one of them.
You guys, don't feel like you're in any sort of rush anymore. You
Yeah.
already promised this room was very safe, so good sleep.
I'm just gonna rest in my bedroll, I think. I'll be fine.
I feel like we'd be terrible guests if the first thing we did after being invited was go to sleep, but fair enough. I do feel like kind of exhausted.
He did invite us
Someone
to,
with-
since I asked.
Can someone break your muscles? Get a couch over? So I want to sleep on them.
I've just collapsed on the floor.
Alright.
Cal's down for the count.
I'll spend a while, I don't know how long it'll take, to get everybody healed before I rest.
Yeah, Starbuck is gonna medicate himself up meticulously.
Medicate yourself.
But for the purpose of it, since you guys are sleeping, you have plenty of time to get max HP. So go ahead and press the rest button on your character sheets, and the daily preparation button as well, in case you have anything to prepare.
There's a shockingly low number of things that are tied to daily preparations.
Yeah, some classes are all about them, some aren't.
There's actually a plugin for eating rations.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing rations?
No. I
Uh,
mean, you
just
guys have
too
plenty.
Too tedious to track.
I would let you guys know
got-
if you actually had to worry at all about it, but you have
I could
not
get
really
very,
even gone far from home, so you're good.
Also, we have a forager in the group.
Oh, yes.
So when we're traveling in like any kind of natural areas, I can probably help a ton.
Easily enough.
Although the feat itself seems to be about a downtime activity, so I don't know how well that technically carries over to travel.
I mean, there's nothing that doesn't say you can't travel and pick berries at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, something we should consider is how we're gonna get past the trolls on the way out of this place.
Well, maybe their boss will put in a good word.
We'll burn that bridge later.
We don't need
So
to
you think
burn the
they-
bridge. It's already destroyed enough as it is.
It's also made out of stone. Burning it wouldn't do that much.
Well, I meant figuratively.
Figurative fire. I understand.
Yeah, just burn what we don't, the connections we don't need. We don't like those trolls.
So,
So do you think this will be easier or harder than those trolls?
easier.
I don't want to think about that.
I want to go this way.
I don't want to go
fire.
that way.
I agree. I'm tired of the cold.
Excuse me. I'm
Okay,
not
let's
sure.
split the party.
Yeah, I was about to say, perhaps you should just split up.
Okay, so first you go alone. The rest of us will go this way.
Let's take
Ah.
a vote.
Why do you guys want more cold? I want to break.
I don't know, definitely cold feels very homely.
But it's fire and it's.
Oh no, we're making Rask
Or-
choose.
Are your positions considered your votes?
For me, yes.
Let's come over.
Then it's fire.
Yeah.
We're doing fire first.
You're biased.
Biased?
We'll get back.
Aren't you
Yes.
cold-blooded? Don't you prefer the heat?
No, he's just cold.
I'm just
I mean,
saying we
we-
should vary it up a little bit. We're gonna do both, but since we just came out of the ice, we should go to the heat first and then do the ice again afterward. It just makes sense to me.
Does it hurt when I step on this rock?
Nope.
That would mean that once we're done with the ice section, we would be returning from the heat, from the ice into the ice again, once we leave.
We can warm up once we're done.
As you guys look at all of this, the sort of stonework on the ground seems to have been sort of like crunched up and divided just because there's so much heat, and it seems though it's hot to step on, but it's not like stepping across coals really. It's more that it's very, very warm. Same
Oh,
effects
okay.
as the ice outside. Spend 10 minutes inside of the fire area. Also take intense heat instead of intense cold,
I'm wearing this. Then.
which Forest is well suited for, in fact.
Well,
It's not like it's just warm, right?
I don't know. It just feels a little warm. It actually feels kind of nice, like a little hot, but a little nice. I mean, well, look, it's not like I'm gonna open the door and we get hit with a wave of heat or anything. I say as I open the door and get hit with a wave of heat.
You open it up. There's a large chamber that, does have a lot of that heat, yes, to it. You see a few pots and plates on the ground strewn around, but most of the room seems to have been completely destroyed by the intense heat that is inside of it. Whatever wood was in here is charred to a crisp, and you should there. And you get the impression that, well, you're not alone, as almost immediately, jumping out from some of the timbers are these sort of burned humanoids in some way, just infernos that sort of lurch towards you, as well as one horned figure stepping out from some of the rubble as well, and they shout out actually in common, "More bodies for the pyre! Yes!" I need your initiatives.
What the heck is that thing?
It's kind of handsome.
Helisex keeps these? I am energized.
So if we kill them, are they being paid by Hellsix to die?
Wait, they're getting paid?
We're getting paid?
Oh, you are? Okay, that's good.
No, there was a question mark. Where's
I have to roll perception.
Well, what do you mean question mark? Like, how do you say question mark other than...
We'll take our funds from you after we burn you apart.
Oh, you can take a beating. I don't know. I'm not very quippy today.
Such a lovely time to burn.
Oh
Oh,
pardon.
no!
I need to do some. I need reflex saves from all of you.
Turning on deflecting wave.
Okay.
I'm really glad I pre-aura'd.
Hold on, I need to double check a thing.
I kept forgetting to press the button for reflex. I just instantly go to my sheet.
That's fine. You fail there. Two
Oh, it's only-
successes.
It's only gets Dragon's Breath. I can.
well, I'm gonna get incinerated, but the force of 1,000
We'll
suns.
miss you.
Success as well. So only Spores and Steinberg take the 66 in total. See what he
The
rolls.
two people who didn't want to come here instantly get vindicated.
13 points of damage to Steinberg and Spores. The others take half. Not so bad at all to rescue. It's light to you
It's fine.
as they unleash that fireball.
I put up like a screen of water, and like the vast majority of it just freaking gets absorbed. I love it.
You think you could have done that with us?
I'm still learning.
They're
Okay.
going to sort of rush up to here, but keep their distance. Rask, over to you now.
Cool. I stride.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start playing with cones.
Should do it, yeah. Room filled with heat. Could use a little bit of cooling down.
Kinda like that.
Mm-hmm.
Big blast of water. It's not ice. I don't know if ice or water would be better, but it's water.
Mhm.
So let me just get it posted.
So, as you unleash this cone, I'll roll their reflex saves. Let's see what they get. Two on the dice on one of them. And a 9 on the dice there. Let's see. That means a failure on the Brimmerak, actually, and a success on the Combusteds. Even so, as the combusted sort of undead take it, they seem weak to the water itself, just because it is water, sort of trying to douse them. They're even vulnerable to the water. They are racked with pain, stunned by it. Brimmerak just takes full damage.
Cool.
You have
I
played.
can move one, but I don't think I need to, so I'm just gonna let it go.
If you have played the Pathfinder video game, you'll well know that Brimmeraks are party killers because they just spam fireball. Cal, over to you.
And that ability takes up my entire aura, so all of the water went out like that.
All right, yeah.
Well, I should probably take care of the party killer first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cal's gonna reach out and kind of try to freeze the flames on that sword as he uses frostbite amped on him.
Okay. Goes through 3 hit points and it active. Okay, all right. I'll roll his fortitude. 7 on the dice. Still succeeds, however. Fortitude definitely is best. Though still takes half as he does so. 8 damage there. He doesn't seem to be weak to cold, though. Let me see. Is this a... Actually, hold on. Let me look at something. This is not a water effect. Is water a trait?
Water is a
Yeah, why is it
Okay,
trait?
so specifically the water trait is actually affecting him from the wave of Rask. He takes mental damage, but he doesn't seem to be taking like specific physical harm from the water. He just doesn't like it. But that was from Rask.
Alright, final action. I'm just gonna shield.
Okay,
Actually, no. I'm gonna cast guidance on Tresser.
alrighty. Professor gets some guidance. Spores, over to you.
Swords really doesn't like these things, but he especially doesn't like the literally on fire creatures. Even though it might be smarter to attack the boomerang right now, Swords is going to cast a frostbite against the combusted at the top here.
Okay. Roll their fortitude. Might not be their best, but they did roll an 18, but they'll still take half damage of it. As they do. Half becomes full because of their weakness again to cold. Those flames are being doused by it.
Or can we get rid of them already? It's bad for the environment. Sforz is gonna proceed by casting guidance on Starnberg.
Mm-hmm. Starberg, get some guidance.
In order to-
Now, going over to the combusted. They are going to rush into the midst of you all, right here. And as they scream in, they are going to unleash a blazing howl. I need a will save from everybody, as you are being affected by the blazing agony of this creature. Okay. Good success, actually, from Rask. Unaffected Tresser, success. Cal, success. Failure on Starnberg. It's fours, just need you.
Yep, sorry.
No problem. Success, I believe, on Spores. Alright, so let's roll the damage out. Nobody's critically failing, so they aren't frightened. Starnberg, you take the full 17. Everyone else takes half, except for Rask, who takes none at all. That'll be its turn. However, as you're standing next to it, Tresser, you're feeling this intense heat sort of wafting off of it. If you end your turn next to him, you'll take his aura's fire damage as well.
Alrighty, that's my cue to do something else. Okay, I'm gonna go after the bigger problem.
Rumarek. You look for an antithesis to the creature. You cannot find it.
3 is good enough for now. My second action, I'm going to move up. How big is the aura? Is this
The
thing's
aura is just 5 feet around it. So just
Okay,
as you're standing
I'm gonna
next to
move
it.
Here. And then strike.
Mm-hmm. That'll hit. Slam the pick into the boomerang. It is also a small creature, so it's like a short, weirdly short,
You're so small.
like Minotaur guy.
Little
Take
thing.
10 off of him.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. The other, intensely on fire, combusted. You have to wonder, as you're looking at these sort of undead things, if their very form has been infused with, well, stabilized, fire-oriented entropite.
Cool. Or hot.
As it rushes up, it will also unleash an agonized blazing howl, though this one will not hit Starnberg or Spores, just Cal, Rask, and Tresser. Will saves.
Gonna hero point that.
All successes. Good job. As you take half of this damage. Only 6.
Meh.
And that's all I can do, again, because it was stunned on the start of his turn. But now that they're not as doused, they are less stunned. Or not stunned, really. They'll have 3 actions next turn. Starnberg, over to you.
Alrighty. I unfortunately can't recall knowledge on these because I am already in rage. I will, however, approach this guy here. Walk behind him.
Why not flank?
Oh, excuse me.
Good flank, yes. That would only be 1 action as well. Move there.
Mm-hmm. Right. I only get 5 feet of movement because of my thing. I'm then simply going to start attacking.
Slam into the back of it. Natural 1. Starnberg, since you've had such bad luck, I'm going to give you 1 last hero point here.
Thank you. It is appreciated and immediately used.
Mm-hmm.
Your guidance.
7 on the dice.
Starbuck's just role playing his character.
17. Yeah, it just doesn't hit, unfortunately.
I'm going to do a map attack
Okay.
with backswing. Add guidance.
Could be good. Could be good. Let's see. You need to roll a 13 for this one, I believe, if my math is correct. Well, 17 certainly hits. Oh, you're using the fangs. Okay. That hits either way. I thought you were doing backswing. You wouldn't be able to do backswing with fangs.
I tried to do backswing, but it wouldn't let me.
Are you using your fangs to hit?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm not using my fangs.
Yeah, yeah. I was wondering. Yeah.
I was
Different damage roll.
misclicking, guys. Apologies. I just rolled the damage on my cane.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Same damage. All right. 9 to it. It's looking pretty badly injured at this point. All right.
My turn.
So, unfortunately for you guys, you are very lined up for a very good breath weapon in a 20-foot line. Actually,
Yay.
not as good. Swores, you're just at the end of it, but Cal and Rask, you're going to be hit by this. I need a reflex save this time.
Thank goodness, I'll be dead.
Good roll from Rask. Decent roll from Cal, but still a failure.
Can I use my amulet to mitigate the damage against Cal?
Yes, I'd say so.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can put it in chat.
Not too great.
It probably won't matter.
No, not really. Cal, unfortunately, as this flaming ray comes out from its mouth, it sort of slops onto the ground as this boiling oil. It is also grease on these 4 tiles. So if you move into the grease, you have to roll a reflex save. I think you can step into grease without having to worry about it, but yes, either way. Third action, it will lash at Tresser with the flaming sword.
I should not have used my reaction.
But every time you've been attacked, they're rolling like really low, so it misses. Alright, so they fail to hit. Rask, over to you.
Channel elements to restore my aura.
Mm-hmm. Splashing up some water and steaming around you.
And this gets me 1 free small attack against the creature. It's going to be badly injured Goat Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it as water and not ice.
Does miss.
I have enough hero points. Reroll.
Okay. That'll hit. Exactly. Fact.
Cool.
And since it is avert to water, doesn't like the idea of being extinguished, it's going to take some mental damage. 6 there. It's looking near death at this point. Oh, remember the intense auras. If you end your turn next to one of these guys, it will hurt.
Oh, right. Also, I think Rask moves in an initiative.
Cal moves.
Not
in.
Rask, Cal.
Would be
Sometimes I
before
think
the
I'm
Brimrock.
you.
Alright, anything
Oh
else,
boy.
Rask?
Oh yeah, that's just 1 action. So, wow, the thing's near death. Oh, but my brother.
Go for the glory.
There's grease, so if you try to move, you're gonna maybe fall prone.
Only if you move
I-
into it, not out.
And I would have to move into it.
Oh yeah,
Or
because
through
you
it
can't-
in order
you
to
can't
get to-
corner to corner. Yeah.
What do you think, Force?
I think anywhere you go, as long as it's not in this line that I'm about to breathe a Kobold breath down, is fine.
Okay, so I need to do the healing then. That's what you're saying.
Might
Oh boy.
I mean, if you stand where you are, I can still Kobold breath down in this line. A stunned on the busted would also be really helpful.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
I was talking about healing Cal because he's dying.
Yeah. I mean, what's the options other than that? That's what you're really weighing it against.
The options other than that is I hit all 3 of them with a big blast of water.
That's a pretty good option.
That's a pretty good option, yeah.
But then somebody else would have to take Cal.
How will survive?
Cool. I'm gonna do a big blast of water. This is like one of the few times when like this is legitimately and genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was
So
hoping you'd use this.
yeah. So it's not like that.
Chickens.
Not,
Yeah.
yeah. So basically, I'm angling one of them down and right, and one of them up and left.
Mm-hmm. Extending both hands and spraying out these gouts of water across these flaming creatures. The sizzle of the water as they hit them is intense, to say the least. As the Boomerang takes more water damage, he's going to again be averse to this, well, extinguishing.
We're waterboarding him.
He dies.
Gone.
The water is too much. The other two take half damage, but because they are combusted, they take increased damage from water effects, and they are stunned from it as well.
It feels good to be extremely strong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 3 actions.
For not being so much strong with a bunch of ice stuff. Alright. Spores, over to you.
All right. Smart thing to do here would be to pick Kyle up. So Spores is going to go ahead and step one up and use Kobold Breath.
Okay. Show me the
smart
line
thing.
that you're drawing.
Here, this is the line that it tells me I can do, so hopefully that's
Oh,
fine.
yes, that's fine.
Wow.
And this will be a reflex, right?
Yep, just breathing it right down between
Is this lightning or ice?
Rask and Trezor.
And you are white kobold, so this would be ice, correct?
Yep. 3d4 ice damage, yep.
Roll that out for me. They both fail. 3, 3, 1, 7 damage, not so bad. This won't have the type to it, so I'll give them the extra 5 damage that they would be taking on top of each of these. So in total, dealing
24.
24. Definitely good and
Good
keeps them
turn.
stunned. But they only ever are at stunned 1. They don't increase in stunned.
Yeah. And as well as actions.
Alright. Rask, actually, you ended your turn within the aura of one of these creatures. It doesn't
Yep.
stack because the heat wouldn't really stack. I do need a reflex save as these little dancing motes sort of lash out from their bodies. You succeed. Only take half of this aura of intense heat.
So nothing?
Well, 3.
Yeah,
We'll
I keep dropping my aura to do my big mega attack, so I can't block it.
No, at this point they have already screamed out with their blazing howl, so right now they're just going to step into a flank with Rask, seeing him as a major threat, and go for a fiery fist. Lurching out towards you, but failing to hit. That'll be their turn, because they are stunned. Tresser, over to you.
Alrighty, this one in front of me, I'm going to try and exploit vulnerability.
Okay.
I'd go for the flank, but I don't want to get burned.
You succeed. You realize that
Alrighty.
they are weak to cold and water damage. Who knew? But also, what
Ooh.
one thing do you want to know otherwise?
Any special abilities we haven't seen?
The only thing you haven't seen is that they are undead. They have void healing, so...
Oh, okay. That's not particular. Actually, that might be helpful, but Silver's probably has other tools for that.
You guys are
Silver's 3
not
actions.
exactly a divine party, so... Doesn't matter.
Anyways, second action is a stride.
Missed by 1, because of no flank.
Last action, I'm going to stride here, out of the way. That's my turn.
Getting away from that intense heat as it lashes against you. As we get to this one, it is going to stay put and go after Rask. This time, again, failing to hit. They're going to go for another strike. Lurching out, and the onslaught of attacks from both sides. One of them does hit you and starts to burn as well. So little bit of bludgeoning, a little bit of persistent fire, which can be reduced. 15 feet.
I forgot about the range.
Would
Okay, never
damage
mind.
you
then.
or
Oh, well.
an ally within 15 feet. Yes. Gotta always remember that. You have to be close
Okay.
by. But
Good to
Rask,
know,
a
though.
little bit of damage to you. That is all I can do. Starnbrook, over to you.
But I go before them next, so I'm good.
Alrighty. Step on over.
Mm-hmm.
Smack one over the head with a cane.
Easy enough.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. You're right.
Step away.
Okay, getting out of the aura at least. Cal, I need a recovery check. Success. You are stable.
I like that.
But as you end your turn,
Yeah,
you
I was
are
gonna
not
say,
stable.
You're not gonna like that. So I'm dying too.
Don't like that.
Well,
I would have gone to wounded when I stabilized.
no. You don't go. You don't get into wounds until you get up from prone or get like healed at all.
Okay. Dying one.
I
Dying one.
will pick you up this time.
Tense heat still burning away at you. The boomerang is dead. We go to Rask.
Cool. Gonna step on up over to Cal.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of attempting to heal Cal, I summon a bunch of water and smash it into this thing's face.
All right.
One action. Attack. Kind of like swing
Definitely.
a fist right into it with like that's kind of covered in water.
Mm-hmm. Take a good chunk of damage there, especially because of the water.
And the other hand, kind of lays a hand on Cal to pick him up.
Mm-hmm. And HP to Cal,
And Ocean's Balm, which I applied.
which definitely helped too.
Would my turn get moved after Spores?
No, why?
Oh, come.
Yes, because of the one that downed him is right next to him.
The one that
Or do
downed
you
you was the
only move?
boomerang,
Oh, never mind.
and I put you before the
Yeah.
boomerang. You only move to before the creature that downed you.
And he got stabilized for a moment, right? But not like undown.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
No.
get undown.
Okay.
You don't change position. So you are where you are. Unfortunately. Of course.
There's my turn. I was unable to.
Oh, and this one is also stunned.
So Spores should be healing Cal. Instead, he's gonna use Frostbite against the combusted right nearby.
Best healing is preventing an enemy from dealing damage. If they are
Yeah.
dead, they cannot deal damage. Oh yes, frostbite. I'll roll a save.
So what? Fighters are the best healers?
Pretty much. They critically succeed.
Oh,
You
no,
aren't
okay.
able to summon up enough frost. Their body sort of bursts in just a bit more flame.
I'm so sorry, Swords. Your idea was perfect, but
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, B. In that case, he's just going to raise a shield with his last
Alright.
action.
Roll.
He's just sort of hiding behind his shield, trying not to really think about the room.
Mhm. As we get to this one, it is going to lash out at Rask, still hating them for the water. Natural one.
understandable. I hate you too, Fire Thing.
And natural one. They are doing terribly after all this water has doused them so much. That's all they can do. Chester, over to you.
Alrighty. Is that area still greased?
It would be, actually. And did I move this one?
No.
Okay.
Yes. It wasn't there before.
Would, yeah, never roll a reflex save. Should be down. No, he's fine.
Alrighty.
Other greases.
I'm gonna use my first action to stride here, my second to strike, and my third to just step away.
Easy enough. That hits. Dash once more into this one. For a good amount of damage there. 16.
Ow. And then step back.
Right. You guys are
My turn.
dancing away from the flames. They are going to lurch back, taking a step towards Starnberg, and go for a strike. It should be stunned from the other water, so only thing it can do its turn is crit Starnberg.
Crit, apparently.
Yeah.
Just Starnberg things.
It's either good or bad, and it was good
I
this
love
time
being
for
a
them.
crit magnet.
Well, hey, a barbarian can take it.
Not for
Sure.
long.
You burst into flames, your coat's on fire, you're trying to dust it off, but that's all they can do on their turn, as their intense heat still pervades as well.
Wow, big guy sure is hot.
Goodness. I'm pretty much guaranteed to go down this turn. So I'm just gonna throw it into one last time maker.
Yeah,
I'm gonna first start out with a feint. So let me try and roll those dice.
will be fainted. It doesn't realize it was just a ruse.
Excellent. Attack number 1.
Mm-hmm. 2 on the dice.
Attack number 2.
Alright. Natural 20. Alright, it's either really good or really bad, like I said.
Just Starnberg things.
Yep. As you just bash into this thing, it sort of explodes in this wreath of fire. Doesn't actually hurt you like that, though. As it's sort of like a final spark. And then just peters out. So there's no more intense heat around it either right now.
Fortunately, I still am on fire.
Let's see if that's enough to bring you down. No, actually. You're
Barely.
just staying up. It's hurting a lot. You can roll a recovery check as well. And just barely miss it.
Man, I wish I had.
Cal,
Shovels.
over to you.
I guess I will stand up.
Mm-hmm.
If I kill it, I won't take the fire damage.
Yep.
You also have fire resistance.
Does.
And since I'm in the fire phase, I'm gonna have to use new words.
Oh,
Okay.
I am.
Natural 1. Alright.
That is my turn.
I could just kill it. That's fine.
You end
I
your
take
turn
fire
in the aura. Well, you roll reflex saves too against it as these sparks fly up at the ground. And that is a failure. You do take the full 2d6 here. 8 damage to you. A little bit less because of the balm. Alright. Boomerang is dead. Rask.
I'm gonna kill it.
Let's see if you do.
Okay, single action strike.
Mm-hmm.
Balling up water into a fist and slamming it into it.
That should certainly hit. And that's a lot of damage too for it to be
For a
taking.
lot of damage.
They'll be go back to being stunned as it is in a lot of pain. The water.
It's not dead, huh?
Not dead. Tiny bit more.
I'm gonna go for semi-guaranteed damage. I do my cone.
Yeah.
I'll just like fire. If I shoot one off to the right, I don't know if I could just. Oh, I could just like shoot them both down. It's fine.
Shoot in the air or something. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the other one's it's gonna go harmlessly. All right. So tidal hands.
Right. Reflex. As long as it doesn't crit succeed, which it did.
Which it did.
All right. It sort of avoids just barely this cone in its entirety. Your hand sort of goes past it as it unleashes the water.
That wasn't supposed to happen. I say as I like burn alive.
Yes, roll me a reflex save.
Oh,
You do succeed.
really?
So
Yeah.
half this. It's just barely alive.
Relatable. Oh, I don't take that. I don't. Or hold on. Let me do it again.
Yeah. Swords, what are you doing to end things?
He's going to get the combusted to a crit succeed on another saving throw.
Okay. Sorry, a bit yawny. Nope, it'll crit fail.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
As you just wreathed in all this frostbite, it's tried its best to push back against all the water and ice, but at this point you just send it down to smoldering cinders and then just cold coal. All that remains. Give yourselves 120 experience points for that not extreme. Severe. Counter.
Somebody holds up a thumbs up as he goes down in flames.
Nah, he's fine. Persistent damage doesn't persist after combat.
Instead of setting my XP to 420, I accidentally set it to 4200.
Is it a coincidence that we have 420 XP after handling the fire room?
Ah, yeah, that we were kind of smoked there.
Just a coincidence.
By the way, did we get any experience for getting utterly obliterated and like all killed?
No.
Okay, just checking.
That wasn't fun at
yourselves-
all.
30 for meeting Halisax, though.
Ooh.
You met a dragon. You feel stronger.
Yep. That's how it
Ah.
works.
We certainly blazed through that room, didn't we? Yes, I agree, that was terrible. Anyways, I do wonder if those things were there before Halisax's meddling, or if he created them.
Well, they didn't seem natural. They seemed undead.
Well, roll
Actually,
me
no longer
a.
raging. I would like to recall knowledge on the combusted.
That'd be a religion check.
Actually, no, it isn't. I have lore undead.
Oh, yes, yes, absolutely. Well, judging by what they are and what you know, because actually, specifically because you have the lore undead, it's reducing the DC to 16, which is what you are at there.
Nice.
So, yes, you realize that these combusted are definitely like some old corpses somewhere, or somebody's corpses that have been then infused with entropite, the flame-oriented entropite, and then raised from the dead as ever-burning, well, walkers.
As curious as this Halisax is, I do question his morals, raising the dead like this and setting them eternally aflame. It makes one want to retch, doesn't it?
It's an interesting proof of concept, though. You've never seen dead raised like this.
Do you think he actually raised them, or did somebody else do that?
He's
Did
more or
he kill
less
them or
implied-
just find them?
seems to be that he found him, but didn't he more or less imply that he's the only inhabitant of this manor?
He did.
Well, it stands to say that yes, he did raise them himself.
You guys want to know anything about the
Amazing.
Broomerak as you're investigating these creatures?
Yes. Can I make an esoteric lore?
Absolutely.
The perception I've rolled before was just me looking around the room.
So, yes, you do recognize that this is a Broomerak. They are, well, creatures not native to this plane. They are demons. Demons specifically of mortal souls that were arsonists. Arsonists that probably killed some people because of their arson.
What happens when a demon like that is killed?
Demons in Pathfinder's universe in Golarion, and in my universe as well, as you know from your esoteric lore, die outright. They don't go back to the plane that they're from if they die in the material. They don't turn to ash
So
or anything,
soul-
so their body's still just sitting there, and the soul just goes back to being quintessence, just back into the cycle.
And to super
Okay.
hell.
Yeah.
I don't like this. This isn't awesome at all. What? This is really reckless. What if these things got out?
Well, that's probably not something for him. It's
I
just
mean-
another experiment, after all.
Clearly, the skeletons weren't strong enough to open the door, and the Alaраx was too short to reach the handle.
And the ice experiments were so cool. I can't believe he'd do something like this as well.
And if you go for that door right now, I will kill you myself.
What was
What?
affirmative?
I think putting out fire is really, well, puts a fire under rest. Anyways, there's a door up here, guys. You want to come
It
in
is
here?
door.
No.
Nope. Get over here now.
No.
Oh, you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to Sophers.
No, I was saying I was going to murder you, Tresor.
Oh, what?
Ah, I see the
I
light.
was
There's
literally
a-
just waiting for you guys because there's more over there.
Too bad. We're staying here.
Why would you ever think that Ras would kill someone as cute as me?
I see
Okay.
the Isaac Derzek rivalry is still going strong.
No, that has nothing to do with that. I don't want you getting us killed.
Okay, you can just say that.
Nobody's getting killed.
We would get
Man.
killed if you open the door and there's enemies back there. We need to heal up. Look, we're all horribly wounded.
I am quite literally seconds away from passing out. I'm not gonna lie.
I will spend as long as I need to get us back into decent shape, at least like barely injured.
Because the temperature in this room is fine because of the hot cold sort of mixing, you can spend an hour to get everyone to full health.
Yes, thank you.
Like that?
Seems like you're not in much of a hurry at this point. Trying to get through Alisax's experiments and proofs of concept, as it were.
His voice should come on on an intercom and make sarcastic comments as we go through.
The Aperture
Like
Shrines
GLaDOS?
Enrichment Center would like to remind you.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone's better now. Now we can progress forward.
I wasn't gonna open it before everyone was ready.
Well, you should
Find the
still
door.
open it. Hopefully it's trapped and you get incinerated on the spot.
Open it? Okay, I open it because I heard the words open it.
You open it. It opens into a hallway. Choked with a bit of smoke. More smoke, actually, than what was in this room here. But you can sort of cover your mouth with a cloth and be fine.
It's mostly fine. Yeah.
Find a bit of a corridor here, a couple of doors on either side. The walls and bricks still sort of seem to have these little cracks in them where some flame comes through. Not like shoots out at you. It's hot. It's really hot.
Just warm.
Smells like carcinogens.
Okay, I'm gonna open this door.
Okay, door on the right. You find what must have been at one point a kitchen, as the only things remaining in survival are the stoves made of pure metal, not easily sort of melting under the heat of the entropite. Everything else, though, burned down. Oh, and we should do exploration activities, actually, so if you are searching, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I am indeed searching.
Is it possible to gather the entropite dust?
No. As he had
Darn.
explained, it's very fine powder, and it's very difficult to clean up, especially since it is hot.
We can gather it in our lungs.
Well,
Does detect metal do anything about like, I don't know, figuring out just where the entropite is?
it's everywhere. It's all around you. It's like
Oh my
cake.
gosh.
It's a dust
We're-
everywhere.
We're like breathing it in right now.
Well, it seems like it doesn't float in the air. It's just a dusting on the floor.
Gotcha.
Well, Tresser did lick some entropite earlier in the adventure without realizing it.
Oh, good God.
He's got permanent brain freeze at this point. This room is
I'll
actually
stick with
really
searching.
nice. But yes, as you guys are looking around, Rask, you notice that in this stove, and a lot of you notice this pretty immediately, there is this ever-burning flame, in fact. It's not like the other sort of like smoldering stuff, but the stove on the inside is literally like this slowly burning fire. But it seems to be like sort of contained in a loop in a strange way. Like the flame is like going backwards and forwards in time. And you sort of put your hand up to it and you realize it's not even that hot compared to everything else.
Oh, that's weird.
Before you can sort of investigate any further, chittering out from some of the refuse and debris in the room are a couple of rats. Seem to be, again, well, maybe at one point having eaten a lot of the stuff that was already infused with a bunch of entropite. They don't look too happy. Well, initiative.
Wonder if they're edible.
They bring with them this
Do
sort
not
of
eat the rats.
fetid fume. These cinders that float in an aura around them, close to them in 5 feet, so it's a little bit difficult to see them. And you doubt that you would like to get any closer just because of how disgusting it smells.
Yeah, they're not edible.
But rats in a kitchen. Peas in a pod. Let's begin. This one here, as it sort of immediately, before you guys can even get your bearings, rushes out towards you, is going to get straight to Tresser, pretty simple creature, and go for a bite with their jaws. Which will definitely hit. Tresser, you are dealt a total of 9 damage plus a little bit of persistent fire. As their jaws hit you, it sort of like ignites some of your flame, or some of your scales, sort of
Ow.
keeps being
Ow,
hot.
ow.
It's almost like napalm.
Ow.
It's gonna go for another attack. Doesn't really have anything else it needs to do here. But also, since you have been brought into its aura, immediately I need from you a fortitude save. Before I roll this extra damage here.
I don't like this.
These fumes are really disgusting coming from this rat, but you're fine. You don't actually get sickened by it, but you do take some more damage. 8 there. That'll be that one's turn.
Goodness.
Tresser, you're coughing in the smoke there. You are also concealed.
Oh, concealed. That means we're. Wait, did they do any checks to? If I'm concealed, did they do any? No.
Usually a creature that has a concealment effect around them can see through their own concealment.
Is this a weather effect?
It is not from the weather, no. It's not like the steam geysers, which was from the weather. This is from the creature.
Darn.
I'll throw in more of them at some point. You know, I'm really, because you guys have really specific builds that have really specific integration with the like environment. I'm having fun setting it up so you're affected by it. But yes, Tresser, you realize they don't have any. They do have an innate weakness to cold, actually, of course, naturally. But one thing do you want to know about them too? You can always ask for saves and high or low saves as well, which is very useful for your allies.
Can I ask for the lowest save?
Lowest save is their will. They're just rats.
Makes sense. Alrighty, since I have exploit vulnerability on that, I can reduce the damage he does on his next turn. So I'm going to step here and attack this rat.
All right. Just gonna shift him around so the aura affects you. There we go. Sometimes it needs to be shifted.
Oh, right, I needed to.
Would have needed DC 5, but you missed your attack anyway. I'm a proponent of having people roll just their attack roll first, and then roll the
Oh, okay.
concealment, so we don't have to waste the extra time rolling the concealment.
Well,
So that way
that's
be
my turn.
sad when we get good and then get concealment.
Yeah, but it happens so much, especially in my professional games, people forgetting to roll concealment first. It's just like, roll the attack roll first. We'll worry about the concealment after. You take a little bit of persistent fire, take your recovery check. Stormberg, over to you.
Well, I don't really have much to do. I'm
Mhm.
already enraged. I will step on up and I will try to strike. Let me roll concealment.
All right. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add embers there. Let's do that. Mostly because the other half of the place wouldn't have these embers floating around. Yes. You do succeed on the flat check, but do not succeed on the hit as it scurries away from your strike.
I will try again.
Mm-hmm.
No, I
Natural
won't.
one on the concealment, as you just can't find it in the smoke after it scurries off. Angrily, you just smash the hammer into the ground. It's Fours. Over to you.
As far as says a new favorite toy to be using in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of moves around, skirts around the others, getting a good breathe in, and as the warm ash and air fills his lungs, it turns icy within it, and he lets out a kobold breath, tracing a line through hopefully both of these.
Shimmers
I
out
think
into
that's
the
how it
room.
works.
Yeah, you can get it.
There we go.
10 and 11 on their reflexes. They're pretty reflexive. I think that's their best. They'll only take half damage, but it is cold. The weakness will apply. Well,
Minimum roll.
1, 1, and then 5, 5, so actually not that bad.
Actually, pretty dang good.
Mm-hmm.
12 damage. That's all for his turn. Doesn't
Alright.
but that's all I can do.
Now to the other rats. This one up here will snap back at Starnberg. Coming out from its little concealment there, will hit. Once again, Starnberg, you feel those flames clinging to you. Is then going to go for the chaos play and go into the midst of the group and go after Rask as well for a map attack. Doing a dice,
Interesting
though.
strategy.
Fails to do anything there. This other one here, it is going to go after Spores here because of the water. Doesn't like that. Definitely doesn't like it. It nibbles into you for 9. They are again going to adopt this scurrying strategy of just moving randomly around the room a lot. Actually going to go up here and go after Rask. And we'll miss Rask. That'll be its turn. Cal, over to you.
I'm gonna delay till after Rask.
Alright, Rask, over to you.
Rask, can you move closer to Tresser?
Sure, how close you need?
It's not there.
Stride.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do 2 heals.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Tresser and then Source.
Will this remove the persistent burn or no?
It won't remove it, it'll just apply. Actually, does it have that? Ocean's Bomb. If it has persistent fire damage, it could tap a flat check to remove it immediately
Tresser.
with
Nice.
especially appropriate help. So it's a DC 10 flat check immediately right now, yes.
Source, 2 hit points.
But could remove the persistent. So close.
And now you're both fire resistant.
So
Enjoy.
close. But still fire resistant, so it's so much added benefit anyway.
Alright. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Next.
How we do the delay
That's
turn
nice.
thing again?
You go into the encounter tab. Oh, you didn't press the button on your turn? So, here, I'll just put you past Rask here. There we go. You press it
Okay.
on your turn and it'll yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cal?
I am going to remove energy, and I'm gonna cast Breathe Fire.
Okay. Remove it. What?
Cold.
It's cold. It's a
Oh, it's
green
cold.
fire.
Okay, yes, yes.
Whoa,
yes.
cool.
So you shift
Literally.
flame to frosty breath. Luck save on these two.
Black
19 and
mage.
19. Critical success on both
How?
of them. Why does it do
I
this?
I told
that.
you, man. Their will saves their weakest. I told
Ah.
you.
Okay, Cal, they both realize what's happening. They sense the coldness of the air and they jump away. I guess that's that.
Reflexive rats.
I'm stuck again. Can you just move me into the corner?
Yep,
If that
yep.
is.
You can
onto
jump
the-
onto the stove. There we go.
That's my turn.
Okay.
It's the typical jump on the chair when there's rats thing.
Mhm. This one is going to rush over towards Rask and go for a bite. Natural one. It's going to go for another one then.
Bring it.
Like how easily it missed that one. 10 on the dice with map is definitely going to not succeed for them. They failed to do anything there.
This
Tresser, over to
is
you.
so embarrassing. I keep targeting ones that can't hit. I'm going to kill this rat.
Let's see if you do. 15 with concealment. We do need concealment.
No.
Ooh. Nope, not gonna cut it. As you just can't find him in the damn smoke.
Okay, second try.
7 there will miss, though, on the actual strike itself.
Third try.
Okay. Will miss there, unfortunately.
This is awful. I
It's just
hate this.
lashing out at them, trying. You gotta hit it. It fails to. You take a little bit of, well, very, very minimal amount of recovery.
Well, no, I have resistance.
Yeah, you have
to the
resistance
So
3.
nothing. Oh,
It already
no, it's
applied
level
it.
4.
It already did it. Yes, you were right the first time. Sternberg.
Alrighty, more of the same.
Mhm.
More trying to swat this rat.
Let's see it. 8 on the dice for the flat check. All right. 2 on the dice for the hit.
Why?
All right. Well, that just means you're due for a natural 20.
Surely. A natural 20 on this concealed check. There you go, 18. Oh boy. Let's go for another one.
15 on that will hit. Absolutely.
Oh, thank
Finally.
4 on there, then an extra damage. 10 total. Smashing into the rat. They're pretty tough and pretty big, but all that healthy.
Oh yeah, these are kobold sized.
Mm-hmm.
In a fury, he's just gonna go for another swing.
Sure.
Swing it like a golf club.
Success on the flat check. Just standing there, just bashing into the floor, trying to get a beat on it, trying to follow it around, but you're getting so tired you can't hit that third strike. It's 4s.
All right. Well, Forrest is going to keep trying to kill these rats, and he's going to target this one for a frostbite. So start
Okay.
with the concealment.
Natural 20 on the concealment.
Great. We'd love to see it. Just frostbite.
And fortitude. Fortitude, not their best. Because it is not their best, they fail.
And the rats.
Good damage there for the weakness as well. Oh, yeah, you did the concealment. Yes, okay.
And then Forrest is going to give a guidance to Rask,
Okay.
water fellow.
A water boy.
All right.
That's all first turn.
This rat going to snap at Starnberg to start things off with a 19. Almost crit, but they can't crit unless they have flames. They do take 10 damage there and continue to burn. However, it will, again, the scurry strats rush down here to a random spot and go after Tresser.
This doesn't feel random.
It's random enough. Hits. Luckily it had map, so it didn't crit. 6 damage there. That'll be the end of its turn.
If it's really random, they should be rolling 1d28.
Mm-hmm. This
This
one here
doesn't feel random.
goes to Rask. Wait, it's not random. They're not just gonna like randomly sit in a spot and do nothing in it. They're gonna go after people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rask mysteriously looks happier.
It
No!
fails to hit, and then it rushes over towards Starnbrick and Cal. That's its
Fails
third
to
action.
hit, gives up.
Oh, I was so
Solidly.
happy when it went to that position.
They're scurrying around. It's hard to keep him in one spot.
Okay, first things first. Tidal hands.
Okay, 2 cones.
Yep, one up, one down left.
Alright, reflex saves. Their best, they may have a good chance of getting away from it, but one of them doesn't, really badly. One of them crit succeeds,
Oof.
one crit fails. One in the north is sort of cornered next to that stove. It doesn't have anywhere to go. It takes full damage, 12.
It gets hosed. Now.
It's badly injured at this point. Anything else, Rask?
Yeah, I have to bring my aura back up.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, one free attack against the one here. So I'm not gonna mess with all the buttons.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it a cold melee attack. Kind of shove a icicle in its direction. Guidance on. It's D5, right?
Yep, DC 5, flat check. Do hit.
DC 5. D5.
1d5. 8. Max
Max.
damage. With cold. Barely alive. Barely alive. Cal, as you are cowering.
It's a strategic positioning. Can I see the rat next to Rask?
Yeah.
I'll try to shoot some needle darts at it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just thinking first.
Big enough that it's like sort of gets on its hind legs, even up beyond the stove there. Unleashed Psyche.
I do recall the teachings as well, just to be ready for the next one, and then cast my spell.
Mm-hmm. Needle out.
Need to get some cold iron or something.
Mm-hmm. Definitely hits, and just getting the flat DC. I think this should do it. As you send these darts at it, it slams into its back, sends it to the ground, dead.
That's all my actions.
Okay, so that one is out of the combat. Only 2 remaining. You guys continue to smolder a lot here. Chesser, we go to you.
Exploiting vulnerabilities.
Mm.
It's immune to bleed, fire, paralyzed, poison, sleep. Oh, that we probably could have guessed a lot of that. The bleed,
Yeah.
I would have guessed. It's with the cold. We know its best save already. Any special abilities we haven't seen?
Honestly, these guys are pretty simple. They can see through smoke and they have the fetid fumes, which I've been forgetting to do, so just forget about it. Because of the sickness.
Alrighty, let's see if I can get through concealment, please.
DC 5. No.
Game, please.
As you try to look through, you just can't see. You miss on your second.
I'm angry. I'm so angry.
Mm-hmm. They are hiding in their mist, hiding in this fog. Take a little bit of, well, you take 0, basically. Starnberg, over to you. Have an opportunity for flank.
Yep. Which I'm going to take. And then proceed to miss 2 attacks.
Well, let's see. That is a success on the flat DC. And a success to hit because of the flank.
Finally, something.
Pretty good damage too. 10. Looking pretty injured.
Let's go for another one.
9 on the dice for flat DC. But 2 on the dice as usual for the attack.
Just really like the number 2, you know, it's a nice number.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and even.
Basically a natural.
That's my turn.
Alright. Spores. Start beating these things down.
Kill it.
Well, Suarez has a good routine going now,
Mhm.
and that is, well, first of all, DC flat check for concealment before he targets it with a frostbite.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom left one, that is.
Fortitude save. Rolls a 3, which means he fails. Full
Wonderful.
damage and cold. Pretty good damage there, too. Been badly injured. Anything else?
Suarez is just playing small ball here. That's fine. He's going to then raise a shield.
Alright. You raise your shield. Very persistent. This one is going to move here. No, it's going to move around to the top, then go for Rask with the jaws. Bites in and misses. It will then go for Tresser. This time, just barely hitting.
Wow.
Taking a little bit of extra damage there, and probably not all that much because of your resistances. Yeah.
Resistances don't stack, do they?
They do not, but it should take the higher, so you should have resisted 5 instead of resisted 3.
5 instead of 3.
So give yourself 2 health back. Yeah. Alright, this one up here. It's gonna go after Starnberg still. Mostly because Cal is in a hard spot for him to get to. That is a hit. Starnberg, you do take this extra damage here.
I'm just rolling the recovery check.
Oh, yeah. He'll go for another attack. Sorry, I'm going a little bit fast here. And third action, it's going to scurry down here. Over to its ally. Alright. Rask, over to you.
Sure, by all means, feel free to line up for me again.
Just scurrying around.
I love it. I love it. This is my favorite fight.
The rat fight.
Okay. Big blast of water on both of them again.
Mm-hmm. 18 and a 6. Failure and a critical success once again. Failure on the weaker one though, so 8 damage to it.
Aura drops, but I immediately bring it back up again with an icy knife, and I go for the stabbity.
I'm gonna aid your attack.
Ooh.
Okay. 4 on the dice. Oh wait, no, that's a concentration. That is exactly a success on the aid.
Wild.
So you get +1.
+1. Set on the dice.
It's
plus
late.
extra
I'm gonna
1.
re-roll that.
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, oh, you already had circumstance. 9.
Oh yeah, I added it manually. Sorry.
Hits.
Oh yeah, she hit the damage.
Mm-hmm. 2 there.
All
A
right.
little bit of weakness damage. It's near death at this point.
Weakness damage adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Cal.
I'm just gonna do my aid thing again. I'm gonna launch more needle darts at the almost up.
Mm-hmm.
Just take it out of the fate.
And the dice wasn't going to cut it. They go wide. Nearly hitting Tresser.
Sorry, Tresser.
Okay.
Tresser.
I'm gonna attack this one here. Actually, no.
You better finish things off when you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna move into a flank with this by going around.
Mm-hmm.
And flanking now. Strike.
Sure thing.
Come on, big money.
First,
I'm
let's see this strike.
gonna aid Tresser here. Oh, you didn't. No.
Didn't need it. Well, DC 5. Still
Yes!
concealing themselves in the smoke.
Nice.
You do hit.
I finally hit it!
And you do kill it as you bash it into the ground. And suffice to say, actually no, I want to give Starbuck the opportunity to actually hit something. So,
I have one more action.
one more
I'm
action.
going to go for a map attack.
mhm.
Can I aid on this one?
Yes. And it's okay if it's
Maybe-
after. Well,
maybe
no, that
the-
wouldn't actually
The aid.
help.
If
16 hit. Oh, wait, no. It didn't.
Even if I
It would
crit
need to
the
be.
aid?
Even if you
Yeah.
crit the 8, it's only +2.
Okay.
Becomes
Alrighty.
+3 if you're expert, but yeah.
I am expert.
expert in your podcast?
Expert in occultism.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Roll it. Let's see. I don't think that's a critical success. All
Worth
right,
a try.
Sternberg.
You certainly have high hopes for me. Let's hope I live up to them.
Mm-hmm.
He's hit
I
one
believe in
mouse
you.
before.
He's gonna step on over, walk into the cloud of water,
Mm-hmm.
and is gonna strike at the rat.
Let's see you finish this off.
Oh, actually, let me first roll concealment.
Heal first. Yep. Should do it. Okay.
I see.
I see how it is today.
Yeah.
Sternberg really doesn't like this
Yeah.
place. A natural 20 on the concealment. Literally the worst way things could have ever gotten. But let's see what the attack is. A miss. Okay, well. Good turn.
I'm helping, I swear.
Alright, for the purpose of it, this rat eventually dies. Eventually. No matter how long you guys have to fucking take to kill it. So,
We're competent.
don't want to continue to rush a fight into the end of the session here. But yeah, it is dead. Give yourselves 80 experience points.
We get pity experience points for not landing a hit. Pacifist modding the fight.
But as you were looking curiously at that flame in a stove, Tresser, why don't you roll an esoteric lore check before we finish things off tonight? You realize that that is a little known, but apparent to you, alchemical, sort of, or rather magical creation in places of intense heat that are perpetually like hot, like the center of volcanoes, or maybe something like this, where it's in a stove in a place that's perpetually hot. You found eternal eruption.
Ooh, resembling frozen lava, an eternal eruption is made with the same type of time magic, but it is built into a loop. It is built to loop through time, reforming itself after it's used. Determining the difference between the two requires close examination to see a faint, repeating pattern of red runes.
Basically, it's the permanent version of a consumable.
Oh.
So if you look at the frozen lava that's linked in there, you'll see its effects, but for the purpose of it, it does have Eternal Eruption deals 5d6 fire and a 21 reflex save. As per Fireball. So in terms of the area of it, it's a Fireball, essentially.
Ooh, this could be good. I might.
Cal could probably use something like that.
You have fire damage. You have free fire damage.
Use it on the ice turns.
I don't have any fire damage. Well,
I'd certainly appreciate the
it's
range.
two actions used.
Technic.
Do you have any one-action spells that deal cold damage or fire damage?
There's no one-action attack spells besides Magic Missile.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. So that's not going to do much for you.
There is actually for us psychics. It's a feat, though.
Oh, yeah, no,
You should take that feat.
There's also focus spells that can do that. But Tresser, you can do every damage type.
No, not really. I don't have anything for groups, and I feel like I can make good use out of this item.
If you're taking it, I better see you use it every single day.
Okay, that seems
Hey,
fair.
since we have this now, we should go to the ice rooms. This will make quick work of them.
Well,
Do you have the thing that lets you swap your implement with an item for free?
What is that? What do you mean thing?
Well, you have to draw that to use it,
Yeah, I know.
which means you have to put your implement away.
Ugh. Look, it's not convenient for anyone to use because it takes an action to draw it. And I think my scroll thaumaturgy only applies to scrolls.
Well, you could always just hold it in your hand. You don't need to draw it.
Yeah, I'll just hold it. The amulet's on me. I can always.
I think you shouldn't use it.
Well,
What?
the amulet takes up a hand to use it.
It's
Well,
a little
yeah.
dangerous, isn't it?
But I have to. I'm pretty sure, as part of using the amulet, I take it out. Or maybe
No,
that's only
it's
at
in
level
your
5 once I
hand.
get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's only at level 5 once I actually get a second one.
For you, you would have to draw it out and then draw your other stuff out. It would be not great for someone who has their hands full.
Already. I'll put it in the party inventory then.
So me or Rask then, or me and Cal.
Or we give it to Sforce. Sforce could use it.
Oh.
They're not
I'm
going
not going
to
to
use it.
use this.
I know, it was a joke.
I would certainly appreciate a mass bomb of destruction.
You shouldn't use it either.
I just thought it's a magic item. Maybe use.
It's certainly helpful for me, though. It helped me to deal with enemies who prefer to stay away from me.
Doesn't Starberg also use a two-handed weapon?
I can change hands. Change grip, excuse me.
You'll figure it out later.
It,
It'll
is,
cost the. Yeah.
it does feel like it would be best used by one of the two people who don't carry weapons. I don't know.
Yeah. That is usually the case because otherwise there's the cost of re-equipping or putting your hand in two hands.
Which kind of sucks because Thaumaturge is all like themed around around magic items, and
Yeah.
it's so inconvenient to use magic items.
Yeah.
It might be good for an alchemist to use it.
But I am yawning a lot. We are at the end of the session.
It's
Bless you.
time for some.
Yeah. Hope you guys had a good time today. We'll continue this next time.
I did. I really did.
Sorry
Yeah.
about the trolls.
They trolled us good.
Oh man, this psychic conscious mind is not good for this area.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had to. I thought it was like, oh, you get increased damage if your last one was the other one, but you don't have to have it, be the cold or be the fire.
You had to switch back and forth.
I was like, oh yeah, this place connects both Spores and Cal, as both of them have interesting relations to this concept, and it's like, actually Cal is completely worthless here.
Hey, I'm good for one attack, and then I'm not.
Yeah. But,
Oh, I
Still.
can still use scrolls pretty effortlessly.
you guys didn't
I
have
have
to
an
come
idea,
here
but-
either.
I have an idea. We'll just have to like swap between areas every second attack.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
There isn't too much more. I'm not gonna like stretch this out into be like half the campaign or anything like that. So
Oh, bummer.
yeah. With that being said, you guys had a good time, and of course, anybody watching, you know that these maps are all made by me, and they will be released as part of my $10 tier on my Patreon, as well as you get Kingmaker and all that. But anyway, Rask, Chris, you stream.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Rask. No, I did it again. I did it again. Hi, I'm Chris Kobold, the player of Rask. Not the other way around. I stream on Twitch at Captain Kobold, largely specializing in retro indie and puzzle games. Lately, it's lots of Talos Principle 2. Come on by sometime, Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Without further ado, let's end it off there. See you guys later.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.